following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit.
On Sunday, April 7th, 2019, history waits for no one. So why should you?
Welcome to Wrestlemania!
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy and your main man, your Jap soul brother from another mother, and your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. This is AJ Orsini, and it is that time of year, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest day of my entire life, the best time. Every year I have the best day of my life. Whatever the best day of my life was yesteryear, it's over. In the month of April, it all goes away and we all start anew. The wrestling season comes to an end and begins anew. It is a Wrestlemania. It's a WrestleMania season this Sunday. MetLife Stadium. I just drove by the stadium on the way in here. I am now in Hasbrook Heights, however you pronounce it. I'm here in North Jersey yet again in the great studio doing the live episode. Now, if you're still checking out Mixlr, I apologize if you didn't get a chance to see the video I put up just a few minutes ago. As a matter of fact, I think it was about 30 minutes ago now that I've put it up. We had a little bit of a communication error. There's been some problems here with the connection between the studio and our app. Mixlr was supposed to be hosting our show here tonight. We ran into some technical difficulty literally like about an hour before we went on air. So we really has been scrambling. This has been a very hectic 65-minute process, and it has been, we've been all over the place. But of course, I have been saved by the right hand of God himself. One of the greatest producers in the world has been saving my ass yet again. He's been saving my ass, and we are here. I'm not alone this time around. The last time I was in the studio, I was here doing the 1 hour episode, 1 year anniversary, and I am here yet again for now the WrestleMania round table. The guy who saved my ass here once again, the great and powerful Stephen James. Thank you for saving my ass yet again, Stephen.
I'm also trying to save my own because this equipment here has been giving us consternation, if you will. But thank you again. Between doing the 1 year anniversary show with you and now being able to do this WrestleMania oblong table.
The oblong is perfect.
Oblong,
this is a very weird shaped table, but
the theme of O.
The theme of O. Look at he gets me. He understands me, folks. I said it before we went on the air. I'll say it live here publicly. Now that we're live and finally on the air here, if this show ever truly makes it to the big leagues, I am taking Stephen James with me contractually. He must be with me. He is my male Robin. He will be with me until the end of time, if possible. But once again, also, I am not alone. There are other members of the panel here today. This is a 4-man team. We're doing the round table. This show is being sponsored. I haven't done a sponsor in a while. I've been being very selective on who I sponsor my show. It's got to be someone I believe in, someone I trust, a product that I enjoy, and I don't enjoy a better product than tobeseen.com. You get all your video needs satisfied by the great folks over there who do great work. And the man himself, founder voice, the man who started the company with his own 2 hands and
These hands.
The man himself, Joe Pombo, is in the house. He's going to be hitting us with his WrestleMania knowledge. Joe, what's going on, brother?
What's up, everybody? Excited to be here.
Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, we're videoing this as we speak.
We are.
We are on live. We don't have the video aspect, but we are on the camera. I'm pointing over to it right now. We'll be giving out this footage at a later date, but we're definitely streaming on all facets here. Now, folks, I've gotten a few messages, and I would like to let all of you know that soothe your wounds here. Everyone just take it easy. I have the perfect answer for all of your questions. I've got Stephen James here. I've got Joe Pombo, and the great question that has been asked, will the great one himself return to the radio station? And yes, he is here. He made the trip. The nefarious Matty Ming is in the house.
I just want to say I'm sorry I threw up in your car. But we drove past Giant Stadium and I got a little sick.
Oh, of course.
To my stomach.
The cowboy. It's the cowboy disease in you that makes you so nauseous.
Disgusting stadium. Ugh.
That cowboy disease is what gets you all messed up. That's what
winning?
it is.
Oh, I don't see
winning.
winning.
When were you winning?
Whoa. Let's not jump on down my throat, okay?
I'm a Bills fan, so I don't know nothing about football, but still.
Yeah. No wonder you don't like the Cowboys. You're a Bills fan, okay?
Bills fans don't like any fans.
Yeah. I'm glad. I see why Odell left that stadium. It's a piece of crap stadium. So
It's a nice stadium.
Hey, but
He left our stadium for Cleveland.
WrestleMania is there.
That's
though.
right.
Yeah,
So
that's a
what?
Downgrade.
Yeah, well, that's what we are here to discuss today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have a 2-hour block, which is not the usual time limit for me. I usually keep myself to 1 hour. When I have roundtables, I usually stay to about an hour and a half. But we've got a 2-hour window, very similar to the way we did the 1-year anniversary. Although we did have some editing issues on the first anniversary show.
We will not this time. I'm looking at the recording.
I finally
right
have
now.
a chance to take him to task. Can you explain what happened to the people? Because people thought I was going crazy.
Here's the thing about being able to record in a nice, lovely studio. The more technology and redundancy that you have, the more chances you have for it to screw up and mess up. So the first 15 to 20 minutes, give or take, the file was corrupted. So there was nothing that
damn
could be
corrupt
done.
file.
Literally,
Corruption.
the voice of Orsini corrupted the file.
Wow.
I've corrupted my wife as well. So I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2 on that end. So we're here to discuss WrestleMania. Now,
There's also, don't forget,
what is
there's
that
also
accent
a
you're
live
doing?
way to call in if people wanted to call in.
absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you reminded me. See, this is why he's my Robin. Because I'm kind of in a rush, not because I'm behind on time, because I was just informed we have all the time that we
All the
need.
time in the world.
We have 14 matches.
So
So we have to, which we won't.
that
We
are
won't.
announced.
Right, 14 that are announced. We still have a SmackDown that's going to happen here tonight. God knows what will happen. I'm going to let everyone fill in now. We're not going over all 14. We're going to pick for all 14, but we're not going to divulge. I mean, there's not too much about the Battle Royals we need to discuss. There are other topics at hand. It's going to be a full 2-hour block. But if you, listening to this show, want to join in on the action, you want to be panelist number 5, okay? You want to be panelist number 5. There are 2 ways to do that. We're on live on Facebook. There's obviously a chat function for that. And there's also a phone number you can call. You can call the number 609-910-0687. You dial that number, and you can get in and you can be panelist
Wait, say
number
that
5.
number again. You said it too fast.
Oh, excuse me. 609 910 0687.
You're so
8,
particular.
7.
Well, you know,
These
I'm so
Cowboy
used.
fans.
I'm so used to.
Come on, you can't say that.
Have you ever tried calling into ESPN radio? You see how fast they go through their. I thought that was tame. But all right.
And if it's ESPN Deportes, it's even faster.
Oh, exactly. And in
ESPN
foreign
8,
languages.
The Ocho.
In foreign languages. So my man Steven is over here on the board. You're going to let me know when we have a call
I
available.
got you covered whenever it happens. I'll
All
give
right.
you the old Iggy.
All right, give me the old Iggy. Do we have any calls right now before I get into this?
No.
Okay, all right.
And they can wait.
And they damn sure could wait. All right, we've got 14 matches. And before we get into the matches, I just also want to take the time, because before we did this live here today, yesterday I was live also. I was live with the GoBridgeside.com people over there, the good, Bridgeside Network over there, Sports Talk. Had a fun time. I was, of course, once again with Stephen James. This is back-to-back days.
Back-to-back days.
Of us working on projects
In
here.
some countries, we'd be dating.
Of course, the
You'd be married.
we would already be
Right.
married in some of them, yeah. And I would have had your clitoris forcibly removed by now.
Oh wow! You guys really know each other.
The great Steph Sottle was also with us yesterday. We were talking WrestleMania on their network, and now we're on my network
For sure.
to discuss WrestleMania. To me, and people think I'm joking when I said what I said yesterday, in my world, WrestleMania stands in this place. The third greatest thing in my life is the birth of my son. The second greatest is the anniversary with my wife. And number one is WrestleMania, and it's not close. That's how important WrestleMania is.
You aren't biased.
To
Sorry, not
me.
sorry.
Yeah, that's how important WrestleMania is to me. It is a big deal, and I know on the internet there's a lot of mixed reviews on this particular card. I was told on the way in here that a certain panelist was going to have a field day with this.
Yes. Well, you're going to WrestleMania, right?
I am going to WrestleMania. I will be there. I will not be driving in, especially after what I just went through to drive by it. I'm definitely not driving through
I'm
it.
staying in my apartment.
And so is he. He's got free crib this weekend.
Someone's watching WrestleMania without pants.
Don't
Yes. Naked.
Can't wait for that.
I think that's everyone's default.
I was naked with a bowl of Jello.
Hopefully for consumption. You're not sitting in a bowl of Jello. Are you?
Sugar-free because I'm on a diet.
Oh, well, there you go. You got to
there
watch
you
your
go.
figure around Wrestle. Don't let WrestleMania stray you from your diet.
But chicken wings.
Real quick, we're just gonna discuss this miscellaneous information first, just to get out of the way. Of course, this year's host of WrestleMania will be the goddess herself, Alexa Bliss. I'm gonna start with you, James. Because this is not the first host. Obviously, she ran it down when she got named. How important, really, is the host per se to WrestleMania?
Not really. I think that generally they use that as a person to move along segments, to move along the show, kind of bring in the dignitaries. Like she'll be back there, like, because everyone else, like Vince, Stephanie, Triple H, they all have involvement in some facet, whether it be a match or segments or producing the show. So you take the MC portion or the authority figure, for lack of a better term, off of their plate by putting her in there. So it's a valuable tool in that respect, but it's essentially useless.
Essentially useless. Pombo.
I'm excited to see her. She's great.
just to see her, right?
I just
to
like
see her.
looking at her. She's wonderful. No, I mean, she's got a lot of presence. I really enjoy watching her.
Hell of a talker.
Yeah, she's
sure.
got
Yeah.
that mic skills. That
To the
flaming-
point where I feel like they're almost not. They don't want to make her a wrestler anymore.
No, I don't think she should be anymore. She just sticks to being MC.
Well,
and
I don't
everything.
think she can. I don't think she's going to be healthy anymore.
Is that
Oh,
confirmed? Do
yeah,
we know
yeah,
that?
we never got
I
confirmation.
think she has like a little concussion thing going on.
She's had,
Oh, she's had multiples,
she's
right?
had
She had
multiple.
Not the
concussions.
multiples that she wants. But
Yes.
does
Yeah. So she has multiple concussions. So it's actually good for the WWE because I feel like they're going to save money. They don't have to actually pay somebody like a celebrity or a B celebrity to be a host. Just use her because she's not doing anything else.
No, they'll just put him in the Battle Royal, which I'm sure we'll get to later.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect segue into our
I'm in the Battle
special,
Royal.
our special who isn't at this point, our special correspondents, Colin Jost and Michael Shea of SNL fame, of course, the weekly update portions of those shows. Moving on, because who cares? The musical headliner, of course, Elias. Again,
Oh boy.
I think. Do we get the vibe they've pretty much given up
They
on
coulda
this
got
guy at
Naked
this
Cowboy
point?
from,
Or
Midtown. Man. I don't know.
If
they basically did, didn't they?
If Naked Cowboy comes out and Jeff Jarrett's Elias to the head,
That would be
Huge
amazing.
pop,
I
huge
would.
pop.
I would.
I don't even
Huge
think,
prop.
but that guy's not alive. I don't think that guy's alive anymore.
Which
I
was
haven't seen-
Dancing
Naked
Cowboy?
Cowboy
Is that
was
alive?
today, man.
He's not in Times Square
it's
anymore.
cold.
Yeah. No.
I mean, no. He,
Better
back
sue
in,
you if you
in,
tried
in,
that.
in early 2000s, he didn't care about the cold.
That's
He
fair.
was out there.
Oh, he's a
that
young
was in his
man.
young days. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw him yesterday.
That was
so
back when his boners
there?
still
Yeah,
worked
I
in the
saw-
cold.
yeah.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah, I
you
walk
make
by
it
there
sound
all
like
the
you had
time.
like a candlelight.
I saw him
He was
yesterday.
like Ray Papayas. It's fine.
I
He's
saw
all
him
right.
yesterday. He's my dad.
Wow. The tests have come back. It's confirmed. Cowboy Jr. So those are our miscellaneous pieces to the puzzle. We're going to get right into these matches here because I just want to get started and we'll leave room for all the other stuff. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with two matches at once. I'm going to combine them together because what's the point?
Double
right?
up.
We've got two battle royals. All right, so we're going to start there with the battle royals. We're going to discuss. I'm going to real quick just go right through this here. Of course, you got the men's side, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I've got them in alphabetical order because that's the way that it was listed to me. But Ali, not Mustafa, please don't say it or you'll get sued.
Can't say that.
It's Ali, Andrade, Apollo Crews, the B Team, Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, EC3, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, Hardy Boys, No Way Jose, Lucha House Party, all three members. Heavy Machinery, Rhino, Shelton Benjamin, which I misspelled in my notes, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, and the Ascension. Basically, all of the superstars of main event will be in this battle royal here. The one guy in this entire battle royal I really feel like is getting fucked over huge. Andrade.
EC3,
Weeks of no, because
Well,
I don't think he's getting fucked because I think he got fucked long before
Hey,
this.
Yeah, it's
everybody
just-
can't be on
EC3.
top. Everybody can't
Yeah.
have a spot.
No, I mean,
Everybody-
listen, Andrade and Ray have been killing it for the last few weeks, and then Ray gets the opportunity, and Andrade gets thrown into this garbage.
At least make that a triple threat, so Andrade.
I would,
has the
yeah,
vote.
Andrade,
I
like a
agree.
triple threat would have made,
But
would have
how-
actually made more sense.
But how many triple threats are we gonna have? Come on.
It's wrestling in the 2000s. As many as
I was
we
gonna
can
say,
put
yeah,
on the
we're
card.
already 14 matches deep. You worried about multi-man count at this point?
Did you say the Hardy Boys were in
Hardy
the-
Boys are both in this, yes.
So the tag division and main event.
Yeah, by
They
the
don't
way,
have-
I
they
did
don't
not
have
mention
time.
any of the tag team champions in this matchup. As of right now, and we're only a few days out from the show, neither tag team champions are on this card in any capacity. Pre-show,
No, but
nothing.
I thought they're facing Tyler
The
Breeze
Raw.
and the Raw tag team styles against Tyler
Not
Breeze.
on this
and-
particular card. Not that I've seen.
I thought it was-
I looked
thought
it
they
up as
announced
early
it.
as today, and
Yeah.
they're
They
not
got
on.
their
there.
down
There's
to
nothing
NXT.
scheduled.
They could be access matches because I know Luke Harper's been talking about being put on access. He's not happy about that.
Everybody wants to be on the top. Everybody's
Well,
crying.
everybody wants to be on top because they deserve to be on top.
Yeah,
I'd
everybody-
rather get it from behind.
So we're gonna start off here with that matchup here. I could sit here and ask how you feel about it, but it's a battle royal. I'm gonna safely assume you guys don't have much of a stake in this matchup, or am I wrong? You guys feel passionate about this battle royal or
I
not?
got two choices. I think either Apollo.
If we're gonna do picks, then we'll go right to the picks then, and then we'll talk about all the other ones. Mine's is obvious, Andrade.
Nah,
Should
I don't
should
think
if
so.
you're talking about the guy who has the most going for him right now, the most heat on him, the most
And the guy you want moving forward, like
Andrade's not a bad choice. I would say that he's probably the more likely one. I mean, Braun Strowman's career is over unless they do something with him.
I really
He's
want him to
done.
grab Michael Che and be like, nerd! Because
Well,
he looks
I
so
think-
much like Ogre. I just want that to happen.
Well, that's why I think
Finally.
he's gonna win. Though I think either one of those two will probably win. From
Michael
SNL.
Che. Michael
Yeah,
Che.
one of those.
Michael.
two will probably win.
You're picking Michael Shea
I'm
to
going to
win.
go with him. He's
Look,
just gonna
is that the
lie in
black
corner.
guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody
the black
watches
guy, yeah.
Saturday Night Live anymore.
Oh, no.
That's why they'll win.
I watch it all the time.
They've been like building up.
I
The
watched their
storyline
YouTube
with-
clips. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
They've been building up the storyline with those two for a while, so I feel like they'll win.
even with the toy car. Like, there's a
Yeah.
whole toy car that
Yeah,
runs.
it'll be like
destroy.
they'll win with some kind of wacky way, and then they'll probably get destroyed after.
If both of them are double teaming Strowman and Nicholas comes out for the save,
Oh.
book it to
Nicholas.
Nicholas
Nicholas
Flash-
comes out for
former
the
tag
save.
team
Yeah.
champion.
I can see that.
Oh, that would be
Jesus.
amazing.
All right, I have their picks. What's your pick, Matt, for the?
Either one of the SNL guys.
Either one.
Really, one of the SNL guys.
Yeah,
You're
I
really
think-
going with.
100%.
Jost.
100%. They've been
Jesus.
building up this storyline for like weeks now with them coming on doing promos.
But that doesn't mean they have to win the
They're
goddamn
gonna win.
match.
That's
Yeah.
what's the point of building it up if they're not going to do nothing?
All right,
Either though they did give Apollo Crews kind of a little good rub on Raw, so I don't know.
That's the exact
It's a
reason
dark
why
horse.
I'm not picking him because
Yeah.
because that was just too obvious.
Ooh,
Thing they just
Nation.
did. We have another battle royal. We have the women's battle royal.
Who
I will
cares?
quickly. I will quickly do it.
Ouch.
We're gonna be fair. It's called equality, you bigot. Here we go. Women's
not
battle
big on
royal.
the sexist.
Asuka, who is you think Andrade's being
Oh,
fucked
yeah,
over?
I would say she's.
Asuka with a rubber dick
Oh.
just got posed in this situation.
Yeah, I don't get why. they-
Asuka,
Bottom of the barrel.
hold on here. Asuka, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lana, Mandy Rose, Mickey James, Naomi, Nikki Cross, the entire Riot Squad, Sonya Deville, and Zelina Vega. That's your women's battle royals. I'm going to go ahead and just start this off yet again with my pick. I'm not even picking Asuka because at this point, WWE's going to fuck her. Forget it. They're probably going to go somewhere off key with this. Naomi was the winner last year. I'm going to go Mandy Rose on this just because I think they were already planning on doing something huge with her and for whatever reason backed off. Maybe just time and matches or whatever the case, but I'm going Mandy Rose. Ming, since you don't care,
I
you
don't
go
know.
throw a dart? Does it really matter to you? Which
I guess Oscar to avenge the fallen. I don't know.
Asuka
She has
to avenge the fallen.
avenge the fallen. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
It was like,
Well,
you don't speak good enough English. Let's take away your belt.
Oh my god.
Oscar, you're not ready.
Apparently, no one was ready for Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka wasn't ready for Asuka in this situation. Stephen
McMahon-
James. Stephen James picked for the women's battle royal.
Who I would like, I'd like to see Sonya Deville get the rub.
I was torn. Yeah, it could be either one of those. Yeah.
That's a good
Either
choice.
Sonya Deville or Ruby Riott, because I think that Ruby has some upside that they can do with her, and they could kind of goose her and jumpstart her. But the likely pick will probably be someone lame like Asuka.
Well, is this Lacey Evans in it?
No, she'll.
No.
If she is,
She will do the entrance.
Yeah,
She'll come out.
yeah.
She's gonna do the entrance.
Or she'll come out in triple threat at the end.
She'll come out in a Fashion Nova curve dress and shake it.
No, she'll do the she'll do the Santino. She'll fashion walk in. She'll get
Yeah.
into the match. That's her announcement. She's in and get immediately thrown out.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think they're gonna do that to her, man.
Why not?
I don't think they've been doing this.
Why not? Indeed,
They're not
because
gonna
they've
do
been
that to
they've been
her.
doing all kinds of dirt to her for the last, even winning the championship. Like, couldn't you just feel when she won it? You're like, here comes the rug at some point, and it wouldn't. But about what, a couple weeks?
Pulling
Well,
the
they took
legs
away
out.
her undefeated streak, so I was like, oh, here, I have this.
Well, undefeated streaks, they have to end. And the way they did it, if they had to have her lose to someone, and this is off topic, I'm sorry, Charlotte's the right person to have her lose
I
it
guess.
to. But
I guess.
that's neither
This is
here
the
nor
right
there.
person.
I digress.
Oh, those big terms. So, Pombo, did
I'm
you?
going to go
did
with
you-
Ruby Riot. Cause,
Ruby Riot.
The Riot Squad's been on a get beat up weekly.
Well, that's what
Routine,
they're there
right?
for. They're there for.
It's just terrible.
An absolute.
They've been
routine.
cannon fodder.
Yeah, they're like the Brooklyn Brawlers of the women's division.
Oh,
Like,
no.
Well, you know
Isn't that
what's
Dana
funny?
Brooke?
Well, hey, listen, don't give her any shit, man. She's been working hard on the bod, man.
I love
She's
Dana
been working
Brooke.
hard. She's taking it serious, folks. Speaking of taking it serious, I'm going to get to the next matchup, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match. By the way, folks, I'm not saying which one's on the pre-show and on the main card. I don't really know, and I don't really care. We're going through all the matches. It's WrestleMania Roundtable here. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, the Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy. I say this with air quotes. Buddy Murphy is the Cruiserweight Champion. I still call bullshit on that, but
205.
he will be 2055. He's
come on, man.
he's a big fucking guy, bro.
Well, if
It's all waterweight.
he's short.
It's waterweight.
Waterweight?
He cuts
Yeah,
it before
okay.
his match.
If,
His body is-
Undertaker's been 7 feet for a few years,
Yeah,
there
all
we
right.
can excuse it.
All right.
go.
Well, he
Waterweight.
wrestles the style really well, and he fits in, and he's not the tallest guy, but he's clearly not fucking 205. But he is the 205 Live Cruiserweight Champion. He goes against New York's own Tony Nese over here, local guy, made his name over in NYWC. The guy, I've had a chance to work with Tony a bajillion times. He is an amazing worker, an amazing guy, and I could not be happier about him being in this situation and being in this title match in his essentially hometown. This is home field advantage for him.
Adjacent.
But does he take the big crown here? Because Buddy Murphy's kind of been the anchor of this division, especially since Ali's gone. You got to assume in the shakeup, Cedric's probably gone as well. Do they take the belt off of him at this point? Does he win? Does he retain? What do you guys think here?
I think they give the Tony Nese the Zack Ryder treatment, give him the hometown. Attaboy, here's the belt.
and then lose it.
Well, let's
tomorrow
not
on
forget
Raw.
how Buddy won it. Buddy won it in Australia.
Yeah,
it
so
was the
why
same
not?
similar
Why not?
deal.
Nobody really cares. It'll be like on the pre-show.
I agree.
Wah, wah.
Is that your official pick? Or are you picking
Yeah,
Buddy
that's my
Murphy?
official pick.
Pombo, how do you feel about
Yeah,
this
same.
whole scenario here?
He'll
feel
get
the
it.
same?
Homeboy's like, oh yeah, congratulations, and then like the next event, you're gone.
Back to Murphy.
Back to the bottom.
Since that's Triple H's boy. But Murphy is really fucking talented. He's really fucking good. James.
I agree. I think Tony Nese will be the one to win for the exact reason that Ming gave us the hometown hero treatment.
Yeah.
And who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Because those people who like that style of wrestling already are watching that product, but
Yeah.
no one else cares, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Nope.
But don't get me wrong, both of those guys have been putting on incredible matches on 205. It's just no one pays attention.
Nobody watches.
So it's not a priority
Yeah, exactly.
for the company. Although there's only one other match on that card that I think could steal the show, and when we get to it, I'll mention it. But that could steal the show. This match could steal
It's
the
going to
show.
be definitely one of the most athletic matches on the card. We said the same thing last year about Cedric and Ali, and they absolutely stole
sure.
the show.
For sure.
They were one of the better matches on the entire card up until that mixed tag hit, baby, and then it was all over after that. But that was a hell of a matchup last year. I anticipate a pretty good matchup here, especially since Murphy and Nese. For those of you who don't watch 205 Live, Nese and Murphy were a tandem. They were together for a while, and Nese is getting the big opportunity here. So I anticipate a really great matchup between these two. Nese is not exactly the high flyer type of performer for 205 Live. He's kind of a ground power guy. So
And
it's gonna be,
Buddy's
But
kind
he's
of
still
those
athletic.
guys.
He's still
it's going to
pretty
be
athletic.
he's very athletic,
Yeah.
but I think we're going to see more of a fight as opposed to the high fly spectacle we got last year's show.
Which makes
Yeah.
them perfect to bridge the gap between 205 and the regular
That would be awesome.
sort of
I mean, if
WWE
Nese is going to
style.
be the next guy to carry the torch, that'd be awesome for that show.
He's a body guy.
For those of you listening, because I'm getting a lot of activity here on the Facebook page here. For those of you listening, if you want to chime in, you're more than welcome to on that end. If you want to do it through Facebook, that's awesome. If you want to call in, get your voice heard, you have the opportunity to do so by calling 609-910-0687. You call that phone number. My main man here, Stephen James, will hook you up, and you can get on the show. Be panelist number 5. The opportunity is yours right now.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
And speaking of opportunity, we had an opportunity at a dream match 10 years ago. This matchup I'm about to bring up right now would have been dope in 2009. If you think about it, in 2009, this match would have been fucking insane. As a matter of fact, it could have made event at the damn Wrestlemania. But it was not. It's not 2009. It's 2019, and I still anticipate a good effort between the two. And of course, I'm referring to the phenomenal AJ Styles going one-on-one with the legend killer, the apex predator, the Viper, Randy Orton. Can you just picture it, folks? Close your eyes with me for just a second. The phenomenal one from TNA against the tanned, bronzed, almost orangey color of Randy Orton going one-on-one when they were at their fucking peak. I mean, baby heel, because Randy was like a top heel that year. AJ was TNA heavyweight champion. He was the babyface of that company. That was when it was a dream match. This is probably still going to be a great match, two veterans going at it one-on-one, but it's not going to be the match I think everyone anticipates. And I'm saying this as a cautionary tale because last year, we ran into this same scenario. Everyone was so excited about Styles and Nakamura, and they built this whole shit up in their head, and when the match actually took place, they just dumped on it because it wasn't exactly what they thought it was going to be.
Exactly. The difference is with that, because this is the one that I think is going to steal the show. I think both of them have something to prove.
Yeah.
The difference between that and the AJ Nakamura thing is they have seen that before. They've seen it consistently.
But this match has happened before, too. They've competed on SmackDown before against each other.
Not like this.
Not on the big stage.
I hope they give him some like at least good 20 minutes.
I mean, we got so many matches.
You're lucky if anybody gets 10
First of all, you know Batista and Triple H is going at least 40 minutes.
It'll be a squash. It's going to be a squash.
It's
going to be like 5 minutes.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that. But, okay, so Styles and Orton, you think?
I think it'll be a good match. It'll probably be amazing. RKO out of nowhere. Moonsault kind of crap. But I'm going for, I think Randy Orton's
a kind of crap moonsault. I love how AJ's kids criticize him for his flips more than the rest of us does.
Because when he flips, he goes in this like birthing position.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing moonsault.
Yeah, it's not as crisp as before. Yeah.
Well, he's
never seen the memes but they took the memes of the people doing the front flips and the dives, and they all look like they're on toilets. Like that's the position that AJ hits. When he does his 450 now, it's a frog-like splash for sure. His legs are all over the goddamn place. So, Ming, give me an official pick. Styles, Orton. Orton.
With a crazy RKO.
Yeah, that's the other part we're going to wonder about. What version of the RKO will we get tonight?
I'm thinking he's going to go for that moonsault into the Sting DDT. He's going to catch him in the air, RKO.
Oh, if he hits that, I'm calling you up. And I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I will call you.
I'm looking at this happen.
That shit is crazy. James, pick for this matchup, Styles and Orton.
I think Orton is going to win with an RKO, but it's going to come during the 450. It's going to catch him from the 450.
The springboard 450? Yep. I was thinking that too. Pombo.
I'm going to go with AJ.
I am also with Pombo. I am also going AJ.
Look at the big brains on y'all.
Yeah, he's going to kick out of the RKO. He's going to freak everybody out and call the big end.
That would be a great finisher. I'm going with AJ for the simple fact of I think since he lost the championship to Daniel, Daniel's run as champion has kind of made him a forgotten entity. It's almost like his 370-something days didn't even happen. It doesn't help that reign was he had like 3 primary programs in that entire year. So it's a little hard for people to really and they weren't exactly the best of programs. So Daniel coming in right off the bat, getting the championship and doing what he's been doing with the championships kind of made AJ lose a little bit of steam. I'm thinking Orton's bulletproof at this point. He can take a loss at this point, especially since he's been knocking off guys at WrestleMania the last few years.
And I also think, to that logic, I also think they're both going to move to Raw.
Oh, that's very possible. I totally see AJ getting off of SmackDown finally, because I just don't think they like the idea of SmackDown being the better show. That always happens.
The wrestlers show.
Whenever SmackDown starts getting hot, that's when it's time to shake things up.
Exactly.
But now we have shakeups. We'll get into this at the end, but if we have a few more minutes, I definitely want to talk to you guys about that. But the shakeup coming in now is going to incorporate more than just Raw and SmackDown. NXT UK is a possibility. There's rumors of Pete Dunne moving away from that division. A lot of
Walter.
movement.
I like Walter.
Walter, I think, is going to be the staple of that division while there's no longer.
For a while,
yeah, I think Mustache Mountain's pretty much out of there. A lot of those heavy hitters are going to be gone. But we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. We're actually making very good time here. I'm actually very stunned because we started pretty late here. But we're on to the next matchup here. And here's the matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I did not want to see, even though I saw it coming a mile away. I sat on that man's couch, Joe Pombo.
Oh.
And we saw the Royal Rumble, and I said, Jesus Christ. I mean, we pretty much called exactly how this was going to go, and it was going to lead to this matchup. And I wasn't very interested in this matchup until the turn finally came. And now I'm invested. The Miz will go one-on-one with Shane McMahon at the biggest stage of them all. The only, and I do agree to that sound a little bit, the only problem I can have with this matchup is the same one everyone else has. Another McMahon taking a spot.
How many times he needs to be on the show? Like,
My question is, why does he have to be on the show?
Go be with your kids
all.
or something. I don't know.
He was for years, and
Yeah,
people
like,
complained.
stay there.
Technically speaking,
how loud was that
he brought
pop
his
when he
kids
came
to
back?
Mania with him.
People complained
need
when he
to
was
see-
gone, and now they complain that he's back.
I don't need to see a 40-year-old man wrestling Jordans, okay, and a baseball jersey.
Remember the criticism Steph used to get? It was the same
For sure,
deal.
yeah.
Because Steph was gone for forever, and everyone romanticized and fantasized about how great that run was when
And then
she
she
was a
came
heel.
back
And then she came back, and now she's got that go-away heat again. And you're like, oh, well, she's not good. It's like, but for years, you guys were just
great,
like, she was like the greatest heel ever of all time. I feel like Shane's starting to get that a little bit, which is why I'm so glad he steered into the heel side.
For sure.
Because you're feeding more into that. People at this point, I will be, and my brother's going to kill me that I said this shit out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud. Miz has finally got the respect of the people.
Yeah.
Even the hardcorest of hardcore people, or at least respect the work ethic and the promos. They still might not be sold on the work. He's still not the greatest wrestler in the world, but now we all accept the fact that he doesn't need to be.
He doesn't need to be.
To be
Exactly.
the Miz, he doesn't need to be that great of an in-ring worker. Last year at WrestleMania, he was the opening match with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Hell of a match. You can say that the other two guys held, but if you look back at that match, Miz did almost as much offense as the other guys did. He held his own.
Not only that, he can talk people into the building, and that is a major part of any wrestling match.
Absolutely.
I have
Of
to
course.
care why they're getting it in the ring.
100%.
I have one concern now, because the one dud Miz does have on his WrestleMania resume is, of course, I'll take you back to that horrific WrestleMania 27 match with John Cena. And when he was put in a position where, okay, you're the champion, lead this match, and the match was a fucking catastrophe.
That wasn't his fault, though.
It wasn't his fault completely, but as the
wasn't his
champion, that goes on
It
you.
falls on you.
I get that he's in there with John Cena, but John Cena was not the champion going in. It is your duty as the champ to make that rock. Now, he was kind of set up to fail. The Rock being there and the whole John Cena deal. This Sunday at WrestleMania, he's going to be asked to carry this in the ring. Shane's going to bump for him, but that's Shane's routine. He bumps for everybody. It's up to the performer to get the good match out of him. Kevin Owens was able to do it. Randy Orton, there's a long list of guys. Miz is going to have. We're going to see how good Miz really
At
is
carrying
this Sunday at
somebody.
carrying somebody
Yeah.
else. Because for years, this is going to be his big chance. For
The
years,
knock on it was
the
that
knock
people were
is that
carrying him.
he gets carried. Exactly. Oh, he only had a good match because he was in there with so and so. You can't go in. All four of us right now can wake up out of bed and have a great match with Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
So
sure.
for the Miz to get in there and have, well, of course he can do
Yeah,
it. Well,
even
this
me.
Sunday,
I would love
this Sunday, the Miz is going to get his opportunity. He's going to get his chance to prove whether or not he can get in there and carry a great match. So, Pombo, I'll kick it over to you here. A pick for this matchup between the Miz and Shane McMahon.
Oh, the Miz is definitely walking out with this one.
The Miz, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
'Cause,
right.
I mean, Shane's good at losing. Either way, he
He's
wins.
good at losing.
and either way, he wins.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, it's over. Oh, wait, I still own part of this
Yeah,
company.
exactly. It doesn't matter.
I use it to solve my crumbs here.
I'm going to go with Shane, and I'm going to go with a heel turn with Mrs. Dad. Mrs.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
Yes, is
That would be
Come
amazing.
Days of our
That's-
lives.
That's how I'm going. That's how I'm going.
It would be
Dad
days
caused
of
the
our
bad.
lives.
You failed me again.
Enough of this failure.
Vanessa in the chat is asking Ming, are you calling Shane a bad father for your comments earlier about not being with his kids?
I'm not calling him a bad father, but there's really no reason for him to be there. I mean, he doesn't need a paycheck. He's not tearing down the house every night. Like, he can go, wander in the distance somewhere else, be behind the scenes, go be with his kids.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take a quick moment right now because we've got a caller on the line. Let's see how they feel about this situation. Caller, who is this on the air here?
Hey, brother, it's Hippie. How you doing, sir?
Oh, Hippie. Hippie. Okay, yeah, Hippie was the one who won the T-shirt last time I was here.
Congratulations.
It was a big winner. Hippie, what's
thank
going
you.
on, brother? What's going on? How can I help you here?
I'm calling because I think Shane is probably one of the most underrated superstars that is in the WWE.
I will
Just
concur to a
but-
degree, but go ahead, explain.
But because A, he does not have to risk his butt all the time. B, he's doing it for fun. He's got more money than God. When his father passes, he's set for life. His children are set for life. He's got no reason to do it other than fun. So he's more willing to take risks because he's not busting his butt every day.
You just gave me a
But
whole
I
bunch
have-
of reasons as to why he shouldn't be taking these kinds of risks.
Well, here's the thing. We're people who don't have those things. If we
Yeah.
had those things, maybe we'd be like, I'm bored.
Well, yeah, I
good
mean,
call.
yeah.
First of all,
So you're go ahead.
First of all, Shane McMahon is a glorified stuntman. Let's be serious.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
the most,
I'm not denying that.
The most
I
memorable
agree.
thing Shane has been doing, he's been killing himself. Whether it's diving, Steve Blackman knocking him off 50 feet tall towers, or taking a suplex into a glass window.
that was
Those are
amazing.
when you think
Kurt
of Shane
Angle,
McMahon,
yeah.
you think about the choke slam through the table by Undertaker. You think of him killing himself. He's a glorified. He's like a rich Spike Dudley. That's exactly who he is.
Yeah, with a little more talent. I fully agree with
I
that.
don't
I'm
know-
not denying
I don't know
that fact.
about- He botches a lot.
Hey, man, Hippie, thanks for giving me the call, man. Thanks for supporting the show, brother. I already appreciate it.
Not
man.
a problem,
Thank
but I do have a question for you guys. That if you
Okay.
guys covered it, I apologize, but I just got out of work.
Okay. What's the
Is the
question?
Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle, an angle, a work, or is somebody actually going to screw over Corbin and they're going to do John Cena come out and for his final match?
the Undertaker's gonna
Give me like another 20, 25 minutes, and I will harp on that because that's coming up. We haven't discussed that just yet. It's a big part of the topic of the matchup. Give me a few more minutes. Stay tuned, brother. We're going to get to that, I promise you.
Oh, I'm going to. I got an hour ride bus home. I'm looking forward to the show.
Okay, I got an hour for you, buddy. Stay tuned. I got a lot of great shit coming your way, man. Thank you. We will definitely get to Kurt Angle's situation in a little bit. That's going to piss a lot of people off, I'm sure. I got a few more comments here in the chat room. Rob Smith says it'll be Maurice and Mrs. Dad heel turn on Miz to protect the paychecks.
Thank you. I called it first. I called it first.
Rob
I said
definitely agrees with Maddie on that one. Jesse Rodriguez, the IWC is not winning. They're whining. Ooh, I should have gave you that drop to fuck with. That would have been hilarious. I'm not really worried about the IWC in that particular situation. I never am. That's why I'm constantly in fucking battle with people
them, yeah.
online. Yeah, I argue all the fucking time.
I'm
I
a
love
Miz
it.
guy, and I hope he wins. Like, I am a big
I was
Miz
just going to
mark.
say, your pick here for that matchup's going to be the Miz.
I've
I'm
been a
keeping
fan
track,
since-
by the way, fuckers. I am keeping track.
I've been a fan since Real World, so.
Oh,
I
bring
kind
it
of
back.
listen.
He was good at that
I
show.
loved
He
him in
was
Real
good at
World.
that.
I really did.
I've been a
the only
fan since the
reality
nut
show.
sack.
Yeah.
since Mrs. Dad was even churning him around in that bag.
You failed me, Miz.
When he's
I should have jerked off instead of having
You should have been a napkin,
when
damn
his
it.
dad still had
That would have
the
been
sa-
awesome.
when his dad still had the same haircut.
Remember that time I didn't pull out, babe? He's WWE champion now.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Oh, man. All right. I love the fact that we're getting so many reactions from people. This is actually going extremely well. I'm glad to have you guys on board here. We're going to take a quick pause for the calls here, a quick commercial here, and let you guys know where you can catch the show. I have the platform, right? I gave it to you.
yeah.
Right. All the different platforms. If you're watching the actual stream, you see it there, but I got a little commercial for you guys. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break. In over 15 countries, over several thousands of downloads, Orsini's Uncensored Mind is flying right straight through the stratosphere. It is growing every single day, and of course, you can catch the weekly releases every week, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. by going to ajoum.podbean.com. But if you cannot reach us there, there are many other platforms in which you can catch the show. You can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Listen Notes, Castbox.fm. If you have any of those services, you can catch Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Again, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Become a member of the Squad of O. It's a pretty cool group of people, and it's a pretty awesome show to listen to. And I would know because I host a show. I really need you guys to listen. Check us out. Another matchup we're going to get into right now is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, being accompanied by his mouthpiece, his hype man, Lio Rush. The defending champion, Bobby Lashley, will not be taking on Finn Balor for the 18th millionth time. No, sir. He will be facing the Demon at WrestleMania. I have to tell you right now, I was pissed last year when I didn't get the Demon at WrestleMania. I was highly upset when I didn't get the. I did like almost a whole episode on it when I didn't get the Demon paint. I found out why after the fact, and I felt a lot better with the whole inclusive thing. It was a nice deal that he did. I have got no hate for it anymore, but I am super excited. And we're finally going to get a chance to get some sort of Demon entrance on the biggest fucking stage you can possibly think of. Physically, literally the biggest stage. I'm curious because with NXT at a compact stage, they did little smoke, and there was like holograms and shit. I can't wait. My wife had the best fucking idea ever. I don't think it's possible, but to do like a very similar to the hologram that they did for the NXT show. If they did it like in the aisleways of the stadium, just to fuck with people,
basically appeared in different spots.
Appear different spots throughout the building until he shows back up on the stage.
That'd
I was
be
like,
awesome.
What's that? It sounds awesome, but it also sounds expensive.
They got the money.
They definitely have.
They got that Saudi money.
Budget cuts, that Saudi money. There it is.
They got that Prince.
Well, I think he's just gonna fly in on a
Handshake
dragon.
Flying on a dragon.
Fly in
Winter
on a
is
dragon.
coming.
Yeah.
Is it
Shit.
is it Puff though?
Yes. Puff the Match Dragon.
Gotta be Puff.
And it'll be rainbow because he's all
Oh,
about.
that's right.
Oh,
Finn-
Rainbow Puff.
Finn Balor is for everybody.
Yeah,
just to let
that's
you know.
He
Like,
is all inclusive.
Yeah, he's for everybody.
All inclusive. I'll start this one off here. I'm going to go ahead and say that I actually predict Lashley retains this. I actually think the Demon takes the first loss here on the big stage. People are not going to agree with that, but that's fine. I don't need people to agree with a fucking thing that I fucking say. I do believe, because for two reasons. A, I really truly believe all this talk about Kofi has got people kind of thinking backstage. Okay? We went many generations without one. I have a feeling we're about to go down the new Harlem Renaissance here of WWE champions.
Nation of Domination
I'm waiting-
2019.
Yeah, because everyone's been making this big deal about Kofi, and we'll get more into this later, but there's so many options on the roster besides Kofi, and I think this is one of them. I think if had he not left
A lot of people.
the original time that he left, he would have eventually won the
would've been that guy.
WWE championship.
I agree.
I think him coming back, playing ball the way that he's played, showing more of a personality. Now that he's got Leo for the extra on top here, the way they've been selling the thing with the whole he cost him the championship and just tying this whole thing together. I think this is going to be the summer of Bobby. I think we're leading toward that direction, and it might not be on
Summer
Raw.
of
There
Bobby.
might be that shakeup might take Bobby to another brand, and we might get it that way.
Well, to your point that you're making, I agree with you that Bobby, for the same reason, because Rollins is going to need somebody to work against, and with Brock allegedly going off into the sunset, which I don't believe either, you're going to need another big guy in that role, another big heel in that role, and yeah, that could be the guy.
Okay, Ming.
I'm not sold on Bobby yet. I mean, he's doing. I mean, it wasn't for Leo Rush, where would he be right now? Be nowhere.
He'd be talking
I don't
about
know
his
if he would
sister.
be nowhere
He'd be
because
nowhere.
they kind of had a plan for him before Leo.
And it
Leo
didn't work. It didn't work. It wasn't working. Leo Rush saved his run. If it wasn't for Leo Rush, he would be.
even
nowhere.
if that was a fair, let's just say for sake of argument, you're right. He still has Leo. So what's the capabilities
But
now?
they kind
He has
of
Leo.
tried to get rid of him, and they like, oh shit, they panicked. It was like, oh, we got to bring Leo back.
No, I don't think they really wanted him away. I think it was all part of the
think,
deal
yeah,
to get to where we are now. Because, like you just said, I think they wanted to test the waters to see how people would react to Bobby without him. And when it wasn't right, good thing it was already planned to go back because that had Bobby been successful without Leo after that experiment, they might have called an audible. But I think it was always a plan for them to get back.
I don't think the Demon's losing on a.
You don't think the
stage.
Demon's losing?
I don't think the Demon is too big to Finn Balor for them.
Finn Balor.
Yeah,
I
Finn
love
Balor.
that.
Finn
Balor.
Balor.
Sounds like caviar.
Yeah, he's too big.
yes.
Have any Finn Balor?
I don't think they would. I don't
Twisting
think,
mustaches. Pass me the blah, please.
I don't think they would make him lose on the big stage. Like I don't think they're ready for the Demon to lose.
Okay. Pombo?
I can see Bobby going down for the L in agreement with the Ming, but
With the Ming.
With the Ming.
Yes.
Were
Mainly
you
be-
officially Bobby or?
Yes, officially
Okay.
Bobby.
Okay, Pombo, go ahead.
mainly because I want to see the Brock and Bobby battle. The Battle of the Bees. I've been dying for it. It's like, I want to see the Battle of the Bees.
The Battle of Bees.
Battle of the Bees.
Only one bee will stand.
The reason why I'm glad that we're getting because I honestly thought that I'm not a big fan of the Demon. I think that it's kind of been more of a deterrent for Balor to stand on his own.
I think that's why they use it less.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, oh, but when do we get?
Remember, we were
when do
getting
get
it monthly,
Yeah.
or like bi-monthly because NXT takeovers are bi-monthly. But
Bi-monthly
now
in
that
support.
the Undertaker is gone, allegedly,
Maybe
not doing
you
it.
can have him back for $25,000.
You missed that entrance.
Pay up.
What other
Pay up.
grand entrance can you have?
Aleister Black, man.
But
Aleister
you add
Black.
hey,
another.
fuck that over. He's in a tag team
Alistair
now.
back.
like
Now I don't care about the
Bray
fucking
Wyatt.
thing. Fuck
You
me
know,
up.
Bray Wyatt's
He
ready
doesn't.
to go.
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
What?
Hey, you don't talk bad about Bray Wyatt.
JoJo's
He just
baby
got-
daddy.
He just got JoJo pregnant. That's a great feat.
New wrestler.
That's a great
Allegedly.
No, he did it. He did it.
He did it.
He gave her to Sister Abigail.
If they name that,
That
kid
baby Abigail.
Abigail.
I would love that. That would be
Future
amazing.
storyline.
Or at least a middle name, at the very least.
it'd be awkward if his name was Ted.
The women will be taking the main stage here at WrestleMania, but there's another women's match that will be taking place for the first time ever. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship will be on the line in a fatal four-way. The Sisters of Doom.
Who cares?
Beth Phoenix coming out of retirement to team with Natalia.
It's just like, go get that paycheck.
What do you want me to do? My neck's hurt. You go do it. The Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. The tag team champions, of course, defending. The Hug and Boss Connection, Bailey and Sasha. And my pick to win it all, the Face Breakers.
Oh.
Nia Jax and Tamina. They were my pick to win at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. I
remember
And they
that.
were down to the nitty-gritty there at the end. And I think this is it. Crowning achievement. Team Face Breaker right here all the way.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
You're also going with that?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna go with a swerve and pick the Iconics just because it would be.
Oh.
Hell no.
I would.
no.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I would like it if it was the Iconics
just
because
be
I
different.
like their work.
They're awesome.
I like
They're
what,
awesome.
what they
They're
bring
fun
to
to
the
see.
table, and I
Yeah.
think that it's if you're gonna have one set of tag team champions on both shows or all three brands, it's better to have the baby faces chase them. It's easier for a chicken shit heel tag team to be like, no, I can't defend on Raw, I'm defending it here instead, or it just bounce around. So there's more options there. But I honestly think we're going to get the feel-good moment in New York with the champs retaining, unfortunately.
No, they had enough feel-good moments.
Yeah,
okay?
they had their eliminations.
Because I think that it's ultimately
think
going
it-
to lead to a
unless-
split.
Ooh.
But who else is going to, like, star power-wise, there's nobody here right now who is more relevant than they are, and they haven't been relevant before this. They had that period of time when they split from the singles division where it's like, we don't know what to do with them.
Right.
I think that's the case here. They don't know what to do with Bailey and Sasha right now.
That
Except,
also-
and you have to get the payoff with the split.
Yeah,
so
the
I
only
think they
thing
win
is
here.
to turn them heel on each other, or turn them
Eventually.
Yeah.
So
That'll definitely happen.
that's why officially I think they win.
In our chat group here, Vanessa's kind of been like a fifth member for real because she's been picking. She's picking right
Call
along
in.
with us.
Nice.
Vanessa picks the Demon to win. Leo Rush turns on Lashley. Rob
She needs to stop
Smith.
drinking.
Rob Smith has Bobby's sisters hopping over the rail, costing the Demons the match.
Yes.
Rob,
Rob, good to hear from you, buddy.
You're good. You're gonna get some extra points there if that shit happens
that
because that's
happens,
awesome. Maddie Ming, of course, cursing out Vanessa, and then Vanessa picking Hug and Boss Connection for the win.
No.
So we have we have two people saying that we're going to have champs retaining here. James Branch, one of my boys over here. Balor can't rely on the Demon forever. Do you think we'll see his real rock and roll persona make a WWE debut?
No, I think
quick version of that is no. Yeah.
I think we're leading to like a gay pride thing for him.
Yeah.
Well, remember
think
that was the
maybe have
original
a-
idea
a
they wanted for him
I-
because they thought
I
he was
think-
uber gay for real.
I think he's uber gay.
He's banging too many bad bitches.
but
to be
no,
gay.
but
There was
but
that.
here's-
well,
here's the
was-
thing.
There was that one Instagram picture where he's
Why-
like licking like a penis-shaped object.
You've never eaten a banana before?
But he's
I
You've
don't
never
lick
had
them.
phallic-like treats?
I don't
he's
lick
with Charlie
them.
You gotta chop
Caruso,
up
from
the
what I
banana.
understand.
No, they broke
No,
up.
they broke up.
Oh man,
Not to be
So
on
she-
that diva dirt shit.
So she's free.
right now.
Yeah, she's free. Here's
Oh,
your
yeah.
chance. Cash it in.
Gorge. money in
Money
the
in the
bank.
He's scrolling right now. Follow.
Hey.
Where is that DM envelope?
Slide-
I know you like 12
Slide.
packs. Would you settle for a 2-pack?
Slide in those DMs, man.
How about a 1.5?
I'm gonna get back to the women in a second, but just to answer James' question, there's no way Rock and Roller comes because it's not a WWE creation.
Yeah.
It's too close to the New Japan thing. They like Finn Balor. They're not really big on Prince
Better than
Devitt.
Fergal Devitt.
Yeah, well, thank God they pulled the plug on that shit. before it happens. But back to the women real quick, just to wrap that up, because everyone made their picks. Actually, I don't have James. Oh, you said the
I said the champs
retain,
retain. Yeah.
champs retain,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I
And,
think it's the right decision if you're going to do something with them down the line. So.
All 4 of these women are going to have an awesome opportunity here at WrestleMania to showcase their skills to the world. Like I said, the women are already on the main stage. They're going to have their opportunity. Again, folks, I'm not doing these matches in the order I think will take place at WrestleMania. This is literally random order here. So we go from the tag titles to the United States Championship. Samoa Joe, finally, Samoa Joe makes his way to the WrestleMania stage.
Yeah.
He has missed the last 2 by injury.
Ugh.
2 straight WrestleManias ruined. I think he could have made the last one, but it was a last-minute decision not to do it. They didn't want to rush him.
Well, he came back the next night, right?
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
back the next night. He was technically cleared, but they didn't have anything for him. And the
And
battle
I would
royal,
rather them not do
the
it.
battle royal would have been a waste of time for everybody, increase the chance of injury. So they just waited. But the waiting is over. This Sunday is the day the Samoan Submission Machine finally makes his debut at WrestleMania, and he'll be taking on a WrestleMania veteran, a man who's won many a championship here at WrestleMania, Mr. 619 Rey Mysterio. It's the big man, little man match yet again. Pombo, 619 or Samoa Joe?
I'm going with the Samoa submission match.
Oh,
today.
he finally gets it.
Oh my God, I love Samoa Joe.
Oh,
Back
you're
in
not biased
ROH.
at all, are you,
I
Mr.
don't-
Fake Samoan?
It has nothing to do with the fact that we're both, round.
Somewhat tan and round.
Yeah, it's
and you
got nothing
both
to do
you
with
both
it at
use
all.
towels when you sweat.
Yeah, well,
That made the whole thing weird. What are you doing, host?
no,
I just thought
love
about
s-
using Charlie Caruso as the
Oh,
towel.
there you go. You want to use Charlie's towel?
Oh, I want
I'd
to see
walk
a
over
muscle.
broken glass just to smell her fart.
I want to see a muscle buster at WrestleMania on Ray, and Ray's probably the only guy that could take it without getting destroyed.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's
He
injury
might
prone,
turn into a
but-
plume of dust and
Yeah,
impact.
but he has a history of
Tyson
neck
Kidd,
injuries.
Tyson
Yeah,
Kidd
I know.
could take it, so I don't know about really.
To be fair, I think he took
He
it
took it,
too
yes.
much.
Yeah.
He overdid his self for the old muscle buster here. But they listen. A lot of people always used to say back in the day when he was in the Indies, he was a one-trick pony. He was a stiff guy with the muscle buster. That's pretty much it. I think here in the WWE, he's proven he's a little bit more than that. He's been having great matches without it.
He's phenomenal.
I promise you at least 2 teases. You could probably see maybe a muscle buster into that
Setup, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see them like Ray wiggling out, hitting him with like a reverse Rana or something like that. Because Joe can pretty much sell anything from a little guy. If his X Division run will prove anything to you, he can bump for the little guy.
And I'm going officially with Samoa Joe as well.
Samoa Joe as well.
And this might be
Joe,
one
Joe.
of my dark horse matches for being like up there on the because quietly I don't know if many people would agree, but for me, Ray is doing some of the best work of his career.
It's that time on the
in
Indies,
the
baby.
ring. Well, not even just that; he's in better shape.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
definitely.
in phenomenal shape,
He
yeah.
looks great, and he's not put on top, so he has less to worry about.
I don't even know how he's in better shape because I saw his
I think
WWE
it's-
24/7. He still eats like shit. I don't know. Have you seen it? Like he's got a documentary, like, and they're on the road. He's eating random Mexican food. He stopped at a Mexican restaurant in fucking Alabama.
Oh,
Like
that's
off,
dangerous.
like an off-road, yeah, and he's just eating that shit with his hands. I'm like, so then where the fuck are the abs coming from? Because if
know
you're
what?
eating roadside Mexican from the South, like you're not eating.
just
the way
Probably
that-
works out a lot.
It's just
Yeah.
Or
an
was that just for camera? He didn't want to lose his reputation as an eater. It's like really, he's just nutrimenting every day.
It's an
and hitting the
elaborate
gym.
It's an elaborate
It's
ab
a tattoo.
mask.
It's an ab
Yeah.
tattoo. It's a
It's
new
an ab
tattoo.
tattoo.
It's a ab
Yeah,
tattoo.
that's what
His
he's
wife
doing.
is eyelining his stomach before every show.
My wife does that for me.
Here on the chat, James Branch back. Joe retains, and I can see Andrade costing Ray the match.
No.
That's
that's a
interesting because
good
remember
one.
I told you at the
Snap.
beginning of this, Andrade really getting shafted out in this.
Yeah.
They're
And you know
making
that
them
battle
attack-
royal is not going to be on the main show.
They're making them a tag team.
That-
Those two are going to be a tag
That
team.
would be good if they did that for Andrade, but it would kind of hurt Joe. Let Joe have his moment being the guy, the monster in that division. So Andrade getting involved in that, I wouldn't care for that.
Rob
personally.
Smith comes back. He says Ray only wins if they need more Latino buyers for the network. I don't really
Exactly.
think that they're at 1.5 now. I think for that,
They're
which
close to 2.
close to 2,
Yeah.
and the goal was 1.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're begging for anything
No.
at this point. As far as they keep giving away these pay-per-views for new subscribers, which I'm finding out now they're really cracking down on the dummy accounts for people who just keep dummying over new emails and yada yada yada. they've gotten better at fishing that shit out. So you listen,
Oh.
one time only, folks.
There goes
Pay your
my
fucking money like
subscription.
I do. Pay your fare.
For me,
Well,
for me, anybody who can't pay $9.99 a month for the amount of content you get.
But it's the funny
You
thing
don't
is the
deserve it.
people who are doing the streams, the people who are doing the dummy accounts, are the same people who are bitching about the product.
They'll shit,
because the
yeah.
people who are paying the $9.99 are not bitching about the product
because they're paying
Because they're paying
$9.99
$99 for the fucking product. So the only way you people are seeing this shit is by fucking streaming it.
and they got your
So
money.
if you're on fucking some offside of X videos watching some regular shit, I don't want to hear from you, to be honest with you.
Wait, you don't watch Pornhub on?
Listen, I watch porn.
WrestleMania
I've
night?
solved a lot of math homework from Pornhub.
we don't watch
so.
any of them if they don't sponsor this show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, no,
Exactly.
fuck that. I'll give Pornhub all the love in the world. They've gotten me through some rough times.
I'm gonna go with Joe, but I definitely want to see him beat the crap out of Dominic.
Oh, yes.
Either tonight on SmackDown or on WrestleMania night. I want him to choke Dominic out.
When I saw Dominic, I was like, "Damn, the passage of time."
He's
hit
grown
me.
up too fast. He needs
I was
to
like,
simmer
he
down.
was this. He was smaller. He was
He's
almost
the size
Ray
of two of his
size.
dads.
And
And now he's
he has a stupid,
He
a
has to
stupid
call his
haircut.
son over to reach the cereal on time.
He has a stupid haircut
yeah.
too. I don't like it.
He's probably one of those short guys that gets mad. Dom, you know I can't reach that. Why the fuck did you
Why
put the
would you
cereal
do
up there? Why would you put the cereal up there?
Choke him out.
Why the fuck would you
I
choke
should
him out?
I should have gave you to Eddie. I
Yeah,
shoulda-
I should have. I regret winning that ladder match.
Oh, Dominic.
And Vicky knew. And Vicky knew. That's why she was late. She knew. She knew. I should have took it as a sign. I am also going Samoa Joe with this. I really think Ray's here just to put over guys at this point.
Yeah,
He's getting
had his
paid. He
time.
looks good.
He's the Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
and he's doing it. He's doing it the
Jericho
right
left
way.
anyway.
And to think, well, this is going to sidetrack us, I'm sure. But who do you think is in better shape right now, Jericho or Mysterio?
Mysterio.
I think so too.
Mysterio tattoos a whole nother.
But I just because he took
Jericho-
that long time
Jer-
off finally and healed, and he's finally in shape.
Jericho's more relevant in
Okay,
the
fair.
professional wrestling.
Well, I don't know.
world.
Over once he left
Yes.
WWE and reignited his fandom in Mexico, he's been pretty fucking over.
For
in the
sure,
Western
but Jericho's
community.
But
more
that's
universally-
that's one market
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to
Overall.
Japan and
Jericho's
the US
more
and-
universal.
and he's doing more things like going to AEW and bringing more eyes to that.
And Fozzy.
doing.
And yeah, exactly.
Don't mention.
Joe, this guy just slammed his headset down and refuses. He refuses. That's on camera. He just threw his headset down. We'll show. I'm clipping that out specifically as soon as he says Fozzy.
I love Chris Jericho,
Don't you wish you were
but
me?
Yeah, exactly.
he's dad corny.
Dad corner.
What was it? Zack Sabre
come
Jr.
on.
said it, right?
He's
Bad
a
Rock.
He's a
Dad-
rock
yeah,
star.
He's a sold out shows across
is.
the world, baby. Speaking, we'll get to that maybe after. Well, no, I mean we might get to it. This might be my one opportunity. So I got asked the other day by a fan.
Did it hurt?
If a little
they
bit,
asked you.
a little bit because my answer did hurt me. He asked if I was going to be. Apparently, Jericho has a new cruise already set up.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah,
Jericho
yeah.
cruise in January of 2020. So if those of you who are buying tickets for an open water cruise in January,
No.
I would like to tell you guys.
That
be
boat
cold.
smells.
Good luck with that trip. I will not be on it. But I was asked by a fan if I was by any chance booked. They had heard if I was that I was booked on the show.
That's
So first off,
made it.
I immediately asked where the hell they heard that.
I heard you with the drummer.
Yeah, word. He said he read it off of some site. He tried to link it. It didn't work out or whatever. But the
Maybe I
fact
did
that
that.
anyone has heard that, it's the greatest insult I've ever had in my entire life.
I heard you're gonna be one of the guys who make the towel animals.
I like those little things in the bottom to keep the
tray.
trays warm. That's what I do. I like to keep the towelettes going. And
Anybody who's on a boat in the middle of January, if that
Ooh.
boat sinks, it's natural selection.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
That boat is gonna smell
if we
USS Titanic.
like Marks.
like Marks. Back to the chat just real quick. Hippie losing signal on the bus. Sad face. Oh, don't worry, Hippie. We're going to be putting this audio up on Podbean very soon, much like we did for the first anniversary show. So for anybody who's not listening, actually, if you are listening, don't tell them that. Tell them to listen to the show now. But keep it in the back of your pocket
Tell
here.
them to
that
share the link.
if
so others
anybody,
can
yeah,
hear it.
please do share the link.
Share it with your mama.
I shared it a little while ago. You fuckers should get on right now and
Tell my
share
mama
it
to
as well.
watch.
But I lost my train of thought. Oh, here we go. Jesse Rodriguez here. Samoa Joe retains and Dominic gets put to sleep.
Yes.
That's what Jesse Rodriguez
Yes,
wants.
Maddie Ming.
agree with me.
Yeah, oh,
That's
of
right.
course. Listen, there's been a lot of people here agreeing with you. You're
Yes.
you are the leader of the sadistic fucks.
Yes, I am. I love them all.
Speaking of sadistic fucks, I cannot wait to see what happens here as we introduce our next matchup. Nothing on the line, plain old average singles match, but I actually believe there's more on the line than people will let up here. Drew McIntyre will get an opportunity to take on the big dog, Roman Reigns, on the big stage. As Drew McIntyre once said, "You have beaten cancer, but you will not beat me."
Oof.
Leukemia is now
It's in play.
it's in play. It's in play, and I called it on my show
Yeah.
when I called it on my show right after Roman came back.
Use it.
When all the discussion was this a work? Is it a shoot? And I said on my show, "Oh, it's a shoot. You can't make this shit up. I mean, there's just too many plot holes. You write yourself into a problem." But just because it's real and they're not making it up doesn't mean they won't exploit the fuck out of it. And that's, I think, the big reason why Roman never mentioned it too many times before.
He didn't
Because
want it
I
to
think
be,
this is exactly what he
Was afraid.
didn't want to get over as the cancer guy. I think now he feels a little bit more comfortable. He's
built
already
more
over.
equity,
He's the guy. Everyone knows it. He was being shoveled down people's throats long before the cancer thing. So now he is a survivor. Now he is in remission, and now we're using it in storyline.
I'm okay with it.
I am also okay with it. Anybody else have a problem with cancer being used?
I'm okay with it if he really did have cancer. Like if this is
he
all,
does.
Right,
if,
yeah.
if
he
this is
didn't
all
have
a
it?
work, I'm like, come on, that's kind of cheesy.
Yeah,
Get him over.
but if he legitimately does have cancer, then you're.
I want to
as
see
far as-
doctor. I want to see some doctor.
You want-
paperwork.
He's like, I need a doctor.
I know
Show
it's a
me
HIPAA violation.
T-cells.
I want to see it.
Show me T-cells.
I want to see a white blood council.
I
Oh,
wanna.
Jesus.
You want to draw the blood
Yes,
yourself,
I wanna
or
see
you
it.
want to?
I want to see.
You need to be there live to
I
see
wanna
it
see-
taking
I don't
place.
believe
Live
it.
stream. Live
he's-
stream.
I don't
He's
believe
smelling the vial like
Yeah,
this.
I don't believe he has cancer.
You smell-
He didn't lose
Just
any hair.
wiggling around.
Why?
Chasing it.
Why does he
Chasing
still have
the
luxurious
Stop.
hair? He has.
I
beautiful
also
hair.
ran down on that very same episode. There was a lot of medical journals and stuff that I read from explaining exactly why you don't see the usual stuff.
Yes.
And they did the documentary on him, and he went into great detail as to what he had the CML version and he had oral prescription medication for it.
And his age being a factor.
His age being, and the fact that he's been through this before and all that other stuff. Listen, if you do your fucking research,
Well, I'm going to research
Then
now.
If it
I'm going to
was
investigate his leukemia.
if it was a
many
work,
things on the case.
I'm gonna
if
Yeah.
it was a work, which I don't believe it was,
Right.
it was a masterful and consistent work.
Because they had people fighting for him.
Yeah.
Like me. Because I
Yeah.
really don't believe in my heart of hearts they would make it up. Not because I don't think they're devious enough to do it. I just think
They are.
it's too much work to follow up on. They can't keep track of their own fucking storylines. They gotta keep track of his cancer. There's no fucking way.
I
gotta
think
hire
he
a
might.
doctor
I
on
think he
set.
definitely has cancer back in the day.
Dude, they gave up on,
I don't
on
think-
a Jamaican accent. They're not keeping up to leukemia, dude.
They
There's
gave
no
up
way.
on Jason Jordan being,
Yeah,
Kurt
it's
Angle's
Kurt
son.
Well,
Angle's
Jason
Well, his
Jordan's
neck gave up.
gave
Yeah,
up,
his
not
neck gave up.
WWE.
Still stand him out there to close the loop.
Oh yeah, he could have been in his corner. for
I
the
actually still
retirement
believe that
match.
Jason Jordan should at least accompany Kurt Angle to the ring at WrestleMania. I've been
oh,
saying
maybe
that
in
for a
that,
little
Maybe
bit.
he'll
to the
cost him the
retirement.
match.
Well, do the whole deal where it's like, I don't trust Corbin because he still has ties to McIntyre and Bobby, so Jaden Jordan would come out. Yeah, I thought it would be
And
a
the
nice
neck brace.
touch.
McIntyre and Reigns, though, I'm super excited for.
No.
McIntyre and Reigns. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really good match. I'm going to
You
go
said
ahead.
there was nothing on the line, but you were. Gonna make
I
that
said
point.
there was nothing technically on the line, but I believe there's a lot more than people believe. Because I think this is McIntyre's one and true shot to really prove that the comeback is for real. Because when he left, they didn't really want to release him. He just wasn't showing any indication that he really wanted to get better or be a factor. Here he was, this 6'7", 6'8" dude doing comedy bits. I was in the building for WLC, okay? It was hilarious. And I
But
enjoyed
still, yeah.
myself. But a fucking Scottish psychopath shouldn't be fucking around in these kind of matches. So when he left, I thought that was it, me personally. And I got lucky. I got a chance to do a few Evolve shows over time. He was main eventing a lot of those shows. I got a chance to meet him and work with him. And I physically myself saw the progression of the body change, the mentality change, just the way he was coming into the business. He was a veteran in those locker rooms. He would talk to guys and go over matches. He was a real true, he started really getting into the business. So when I heard he was hired back, I said, ooh, because he got hired around the gender thing. And then we still have Heath. So I'm like, oh,
they better
fuck.
not put it back together.
Here we go. But to
That
their
would be
credit, they
terrible.
sent him the NXT. If he would not have gone to NXT, had he gone straight to the main roster, being a former guy, right? So they just move him back to the main roster. It would have completely fucked.
Well, he got
him.
injured.
Completely.
He got injured.
Right, he got injured again, but I think even the injury I think was perfect timing because he wasn't staying in NXT long anyway.
Well, yeah.
They gave him a short run just to see how it would work, and it got over gangbusters. So when he got hurt, yeah, it sucks to get hurt, but when he came back, he was fresh. He was a brand new guy. He looks like a fucking star.
He
does.
And he just
Yeah.
comes onto
And
the
he's
fucking
gonna be.
screen, and he's gonna be. But whoa, actually, let's backtrack on that. We'll see if he's gonna be this Sunday at MetLife. He's got a chance to show us if he's going to be, because if he goes out there at Roman and shits the bed, he's mid card for life. There's no way they're gonna use him as a monster guy like Strowman. You know, he goes in
put him
there.
right
This is the difference and why I think he will.
Okay, he will. Okay,
I
go
think
ahead.
Drew wins this match, and I think here's why. Because Roman Reigns, for everything you want to say about him, you don't like him, you think his work is limited. Nobody in the company right now, save maybe Finn Balor, can draw sympathy from the crowd while getting worked over than Roman Reigns. Because regardless of whether you like,
I think that sympathy is new. He wasn't able to do that
Yeah,
before.
he wasn't able to get that.
But
before.
he was getting killed
he's
before.
on
But
it.
he's got it now, okay?
People
Yeah.
forget.
Thank you, cancer.
Here's the thing. I'll argue that because during the match, there's this thing that happens to fans. They forget that they hate Roman.
When the wrestling's good, they forget. Yeah.
And then halfway through, they're like, "Oh, I don't like him. I forgot. I don't like him. Oh, wow."
I'll
Like,
tell you the
fog
only.
gets
like the
lifted.
John Cena.
I'll tell you the best example. I don't want to make the argument for you because I actually do disagree, but there is a great example to your point. The Lesnar matches. Because they just hated Lesnar so much that when Lesnar did start hitting suplexes, they remembered, wait, I do hate Roman, but I hate those
the
suplexes
suplexes.
more.
exactly.
That's why they shit on that whole WrestleMania match. If you
yeah.
go back to that WrestleMania match, they shit all over that match because it was a combination of two things I don't like. And then in the end, they did decide on one, which was I hate Lesnar more. They're like,
He's not
Jesus, I
here
never
at
thought about
all."
it till just now, but I do dislike Lesnar more than I like fucking Roman Reigns.
At least Roman's here.
I honestly think that Roman's gonna go over clean.
Go over clean.
Yes.
Clean. Superman punch, spear, all that garbage.
Superman punch, spear. I mean, he just came back from goddamn leukemia.
Yeah.
He's not taking a loss.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, but
thinking-
you don't think he trounces him. You think it's a good back and forth.
I think it's a good match. I think it's back and forth, but I think Roman Reigns succeeds clean.
James?
I hope not. I think Drew wins clean. I think he takes it. It's a long story. I say 8 to 12, and McIntyre goes over because you can do more with a guy who just comes back from cancer who can't quite get there. He's not there yet. He still has to work harder because the natural thing that's going to happen at some point is you get Seth and you get Roman once Seth has the title. So now he has something to build up towards. He's not ready for McIntyre. How would he be ready for Seth?
Yeah.
So there's more nuance you can tell there if Roman loses.
Pablo,
Plus,
your pick?
I'm going to go with Roman. I mean, I totally almost changed my mind with what
tried to
Steven
convince
said.
you.
Yeah, you were doing it, man. I was like, oh, man.
Sell job.
That's so good.
How do you think I
Oh,
get?
my
never
God.
mind.
No. Don't be afraid to put yourself over, Steve.
Yeah.
I hired you as my commentator for a reason.
No, I'm definitely going with Roman. He's a big comeback. The fans are really digging him now, and he's been getting squashed every week.
Yeah,
on the
it's
lead up.
great.
It's just
I love it.
the beatdown. Like
That's why I
last
think
night
he's
was
gonna get his
awful.
win.
Yeah, he's got to get the win. He's got to get that revenge.
One more moment of pulling the rug on the just one because they're trying to make people like him.
Yeah.
What's more likable than having him hang his head? Man, I beat cancer, but I couldn't beat more chances.
Make
for
him earn
sympathy.
that right over time.
Exactly.
I'll take it back to our fifth panel here. Rob Smith says Roman has to lose badly to pull the rug out from underneath Drew. Now cost him a top level heel. Yes, they are that damn stupid, but it's true. James Branch comes back. Although imagine Drew wins and later getting involved in a Brock Rollins situation.
Nah.
Brock with a Claymore. There's a lot here, but he's got him basically coming in later. I love Crystal's comment here. Nia Jax, Tamina, Joe, and Reigns. So basically Samoa Mania.
Ooh.
I actually do not pick Samoa Joe, so no Samoa Mania here. Jesse Rodriguez, only if McIntyre had won Money in the Bank. Yes, Yes, and yes. I wanted that so bad, and it did not happen, and I was completely pissed.
And the reason why I was so pissed about that is because what they wound up doing with it.
Yeah,
Essentially
exactly.
added up to
Essentially,
nothing.
added up to nothing. So the minute Strowman won, you're just like, all right, this is a gigantic
He
waste of
hasn't
time.
made it.
But
Doesn't he?
yeah.
He doesn't.
My pick for the matchup, it's gonna be, to me, it's Drew McIntyre has to win this
Wow,
because
everybody's Drew except for me.
well, here's the thing. I think
And me.
cancer.
Oh,
I
you
think
said Roman?
cancer.
Yeah, pay
I think cancer gives Roman a bye here.
Oh,
I really
that's
do.
why
I
he should
think
win.
I think
I see what you're saying.
I
So weird.
think he can afford the
He
loss
survived
because you're
cancer.
just
He
not
can
gonna.
survive
I
Drew.
think the whole idea of Roman chasing McIntyre makes sense because you want to build McIntyre as a threat.
But what is it to chase?
It's no look. It's
He's-
basic. It's Rock.
The guy he can't beat from his comeback.
This is
Mr.
why.
Pride, Mr. Big Dog, Mr. This Is My Yard, with Drew coming out every week,
But there's a lot of
teasing
people
and
he doesn't
poking.
beat. There's a lot of people
Not
he
since
doesn't
cancer.
This
He's
is
a whole new man. Remember, he said he's a whole different guy. This is a whole new Roman Reigns, guys. He's starting from scratch. And to start off 0-1, that shit is going to drive him nuts.
And this is Rocky 1.
Ah.
Rocky loses, and that will solidify him with fans. This is the opportunity.
He has had several Rocky ones. Okay,
Roman?
He doesn't need
Not
Rock.
Roman, right? Yeah.
Rocky loses in Rocky 1.
Yeah, but he's lost a lot of time.
But not like this.
He's never really beat Brock Lesnar.
But that no one did, and it wasn't. No one was emotionally invested in any way, shape, or form in any of those matches.
But he got the shit kicked in by Brock Lesnar several times. Nobody wants to see that again.
I know I don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in the
good.
building again.
I'll be there. with you.
We're arguing about two people who can't possibly take a loss, and we're going to transition to a match where everyone is in agreement. One individual should definitely take this fucking loss. We are here to celebrate the career and the farewell match of Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. And no, folks, no swerve. That is the fucking match that is going to be happening on Sunday. I think everyone is in agreement that Corbin is going to be getting his ass kicked in this match. I am going to be the one to stir the pot. Corbin wins this match. Heel way. I'm not going to get specific as to why. I just know it's going to be a heel win. And I just put all that in the fact that Angle is an old school guy. He will find a way to lose this match. You go out on your back.
Exactly.
That is the way that is supposed to go. So I don't know how. I'm not saying Angle goes away a loser here. I can see Corbin picking up that heel win and then Corbin getting his ass kicked at the end of all
After,
this,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
Angle gets the big farewell and the crying and all the hits away and the what's-its and all that stuff.
sobs.
Right. But I just don't, there's no, this is, and I said this on my show a few weeks ago, there's people right now who are listening to this stream who I don't think have ever downloaded my show. I'm seeing a lot of new names in here. So I will just shorten the version down to just say this. Corbin being picked for this matchup to me was a fucking no-brainer. As he, because all the names that people threw out that they would rather see him in the ring with, he just fucking wrestled.
He beat him.
And no, not that he beat him, it's just he doesn't look good wrestling them. Folks, he's not having a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. He can't move. He can't.
You're talking about Kurt.
Kurt
not,
Angle.
yeah,
He
you're
can't
right.
nod
Yeah.
no to you.
Yeah.
He can't go left and right. He can't move. Everything that he's doing.
He got a broken freaking neck.
Well, he's had several broken freaking
There's
necks
a
at this
reason
point.
why he's retiring.
There's a reason that he's
Exactly.
going
He needs to
away,
hang it
right?
up.
Yeah. First of all, there's a reason they brought him back as a GM and not a full-time wrestler.
Yeah.
And they used him in certain spots where they can get pops out of him, which was great. But even that has to come to a fucking end. Listen, it has
Diminishing
to stop.
returns.
Diminishing returns. You're losing your value on him. Now he retires. He disappears for a year. He does little guest spots every now and then. A couple old school Raws. Does the Access Tour next year. Whatever the case.
Hits
may
an
be.
angle slam on whoever
Absolutely.
the foreign-born gimmick
now,
is.
as far as people saying, well, I agree with you, AJ, but why does it have to be Corbin? Corbin is the one they like. Okay? That's the one they like. You know all those people that you liked? They hired him. Styles is here. Nakamura is here. Finn Balor is here. All those guys that you love so fucking much, they all got contracts. Just for once, guys, this is the one that they want.
Exactly.
So you have to fucking deal with it. We just gave you a whole litany of matches that are going to be on this card filled with superstars that are either loved or hated, but all respected. Corbin is like completely disrespected, and I would like to shove this in all of your faces. Let's go back in time a few years. You remember all those NXT takeovers where Corbin was beating niggas in like 5 seconds?
Exactly.
Remember the guys were coming out, end of days, done deal,
Yep.
and they were popping hard for his
Yep.
ass. He was the next fucking guy. And when he came out in the Battle Royal, when he won the Andre Memorial,
Giant,
because he
I remember
debuted
that.
in WrestleMania.
Yeah, he won the
And
Battle
fuck,
Royal.
and the
That was
people
great.
went fucking nuts.
Yep.
Fast forward, folks.
And he went nowhere.
We're here about 2 or 3 years later, and the guy is competing against arguably, and I say that to be fair, because in my mind, he's 1, 2, or 3, one of the greatest performers in wrestling history.
Absolutely.
Name them. And he's either on level or below Kurt Angle. Okay, and this is the guy that he's wrestling, and now it's a problem. Yeah. So, hey, I just wanted to throw all that stuff. Fickle.
The mob is always fickle.
You think people would feel better of him if he changed his attire? If he went back to wrestling gear?
I think that
I kind of like his attire.
I think that's a big part of it, though.
The slacks are killing people.
I mean, it is original. I mean, it's not original, but it's unique.
He was wrestling in a T-shirt before.
He doesn't look like anybody else.
Jericho didn't get over a second time until he put on the underwear tights. Once he put on the trunks, then it was like, oh, okay.
He was for real. He's a heavyweight.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah.
Bing, who do you have winning this match and why?
Corbin is like old school. You go
Go
out on your back. It's old school.
Classic heel shit. This is how that's gonna go. Pombo.
If that match happens, because it could be a swerve.
Give it to me though. If that's
It's good.
do you?
my God,
His son's
John
going to come
Cena.
out. They're going to bring back
Jordan?
Jordan. They're bringing back
stop.
Jordan.
No, he can't wrestle.
He
yet.
can't
No, he's
wrestle.
not.
He
Can't
physically
wrestle,
cannot do it.
No, I think Corbin's gonna take it.
Maybe assist with John Cena out of nowhere. I don't think Undertaker's going to come out and face him because that's something they will hype up in advance to get the buy rates for him.
Maybe a Dean Ambrose thing at the end.
He's having enough money
Dean
for
Ambrose-
He's not booked, but he's gonna be there.
I can see
The only
Dean-
person I can see that could be be a part of the match is John Cena, because John Cena debuted with Kurt Angle, so I can see them trying to work something in with John Cena.
James.
I honestly think that Kurt should win here. This will be your feel-good moment. I understand the thing.
We're supposed to have a few of these good folks here on this show.
I feel like while you should go out on your back, sometimes there are exceptions to that rule, and I think a guy like Kurt is that exception to that rule where he should be a guy who goes over here. Now, if Cena, to your point, if Cena does come out and helps him win that match, it makes sense because Cena will be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
It won't matter. But if Corbin wins, it's better for business, in my opinion, because you just made a guy, and he should win
clean.
Dirty.
Oh,
no,
dirty?
The dirtier the better. Like they stole that AJ and Angle match on SmackDown from me that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
They steal it like that.
No,
Just get rid of it. Just make me angry. As long as they make me angry, I'm happy. Put that on a T-shirt.
Make me angry.
As long as they make me angry, I'm happy.
Hippie's back on the chat. Vince
Small
always
tree,
loves big guys with zero talent. I guess that comment's for Corbin.
Yeah.
Does that
James-
count for Hogan?
James Branch
I
comes
don't
back.
like that.
Corbin
Leg
doesn't
drop.
get enough credit for his work. He needs to get away from his suit. See, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Also,
put some tights
although
on.
dress for the job you want, not the one you have, LOL.
All right.
Well, the job that he wants was management, and they kicked his ass away from that.
They used him as a scapegoat to blame poor, but like it was
Poor
genius.
booking, yeah.
But it was genius
Yeah, it
though.
was.
It's not our fault. It's his fault.
You don't like how it's going?
Now it's
It
better.
worked. It
Damn
worked.
you,
though.
Corbin.
Genius. Yeah. For
Combo
sure.
official pick.
Official pick is I'm gonna go Corbin. Absolutely.
Corbin, you are
I'm the only one.
alone.
Yeah, that's fine.
In your
And I will be
pit.
There's
there.
no feel good moment with losing.
I
on your
will be.
back.
I will be there yelling "You suck" at Kurt Angle
Oh.
as
I'll be doing it in
ferociously
my
as
apartment.
possible.
It's the last
Maybe
time-
As
maybe it's the City Lights
ferociously
Diner.
This is the last
as
time you'll hear
possible.
Yeah.
Pombo,
Yo.
you are the proud owner and proprietor of tobeseen.com.
Indeed.
Could you you are the sponsor of this great event. Could you give
That
us
I
a
am.
little insight here on what To Be Seen has to offer for our people out here?
To Be Seen is your venture Esquire spot place to be. If you are thinking about starting your own web show, then come to tobeseen.com and I will film, edit, and put flight to your dreams. I will be the wind beneath your wings
There
and
it
take
is.
you.
I don't
to
even
your
need to do
next
a read,
level.
bro. Look at that. He's just doing it. Sell, baby.
Yeah, I'm
You
selling.
want that money? You better start dance, brother.
That was an excellent ad.
Thank you very much.
Well, for those of you out there who are listening to the show, if you too want to be a sponsor of the show, I've got just the commercial for you guys to listen to, give you all the information you need. Join us. Hey guys, go ahead.
Hey guys, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., you guys can go over to ajoum.podbean.com to download the most recent episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. And I am happy to announce that people from over 15 countries have done just that several thousands of times. I am so proud of the success this show has had currently, and I look forward to the future that is so bright. Ooh, I got to wear shades. And if you are a business out there right now looking and entering a sponsorship situation, look no further than Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I've got a ton of fans who are looking to hear all about your service. All you need to do is reach out to me. Send me a message on social media or email me at ajorsini96host@gmail.com, and let's get this buddy system working. I'm here to work for you, and let's make this happen.
All right, so we're back from that. If you want to be a sponsor, I gave you all the information right there, man. I love having Joe Pombo around. He's got good people. I've personally used his services many a time.
Oh, yeah.
We've used him for photo shoots when I was with the greatest of all time. He was our videographer when we were doing the 2KW Pro shows. So I stamp his work there for my approval. Orsini, I need a fucking drop for that.
Orsini approved.
Orsini
Orsini.
approved.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And I'll definitely get that. I'm going to have to work on that. But check out 2bc.com, all the social media stuff I listed on the flyer as well for this program. So that is that. We've got 4 more matches here for WrestleMania to get to. The 4 main events, because, you know, they all got your 4 high-profile matches. We've been through all the stuff. The fans have been great online. The number to call, if you'd like to call in and be a part of the panel here, 609-910-0687. Okay, Jesse Rodriguez says, not going to lie, but your podcast has the best music. You know what's great about my music, Jesse?
It's a rock.
They're copyright free. I didn't have to pay for them. That's what's beautiful about. I found a nice little place that has beautiful, wonderful copyright music, and I have the permission to use them. So if you guys have any musical help out there for me, that would be great, because I can always add more to the show. I'm trying to get an actual musical guest on my show.
Ooh.
That's the next step. Now that my apartment, I have this new house of Obro, I could literally have a bed in my fucking apartment.
Awesome.
Like a full out, like I've got space, brother.
It
looks fucking nice. If I had your boy set up from Bridgeside in my house, bro, we could launch space shuttles from my fucking street
That's
corner.
what they do every Tuesday. They have live bands in there and launch space shuttles.
Oh, shout out to Hippie here with the hashtag GOAT, goddamn right. Well, I'll never forget my brothers. And who knows? There might be something down the line. Orsini's getting the itch again. You never know. But we're not here to talk about my career, folks. Hey, yeah, why not?
They got too many members now.
Yeah, I know. I'm
17
trying
members.
to pick my spots now with that.
So instead of the 4, they use the 7 now?
It's like, that would be a pretty cool logo, actually.
They got a guy in a wheelchair who's in
We've
the
got.
Oh, that's me.
I have a clip, an audio clip that I sent you. It says WM35 short or something like that. No, short theme.
No, all you gave me was the
List them
stuff
down
I have
here.
here. But I'll find it while we go. Maybe it's in the thing.
Maybe it's in the thing. All right. Well, the reason why I wanted to hear it here is I wanted to get hype here. We got 4 main event matches we're going to talk about. And let's get to the first of main events. The one match I have no clue how the hell we got here. I have no clue how in the hell we got to this matchup. But come hell or high water, it is happening. Years in the making of no one asking for it. But we're going to get it anyway. No holds barred. Triple H against the Animal, or is it still the Animal, or is it Drax the Destroyer
It's
Batista?
Drax.
It's an Avenger.
It's
Bautista.
It's
a
dead.
Batista.
Bautista.
No holds barred match. I'm going to say this right now so everyone is clear. I have no clue how the fuck we got to this matchup, because the build up for this matchup makes zero fucking sense to me.
Complaining, like legit.
But in the complaining, he says, I hate this guy. He's a control freak. He's an asshole. I had to get as far away from him to be successful as I possibly could. And then look at all the success I got when I was around him. He says all these things, and he ends it with, I just want to fight him at WrestleMania. Give me what I want.
I hate you. Let me in.
Give it to me. That's not what I want.
Give it to me now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Give me what you want. Give me what I want.
Batista.
What I really, really want.
I don't know. Batista's. I don't know what his problem is, because if I was in his position, I would just say, fuck WWE. I'm a fucking Avenger. I don't need WWE no more. I don't even know why he's coming back again.
You know what?
There's no sense of him coming back. He's an Avenger.
According to him,
got that Marvel
as an
money.
offshoot, before this actually happened, because this has been years in the making, because even before the Avenger thing really kicked off, he always said that he wanted to end, quote unquote, end it on his terms. Right?
Nobody wants to see him wrestle again.
I like Batista.
Go
I
defeat
do.
I
Thanos,
want to see
okay?
it. I want to see this.
He's got no shot at defeating Thanos. He's gone now.
Give Thanos,
He's
a
dust.
spine buster.
Don't break
okay?
kayfabe, brother. Don't break the kayfabe, okay? He has, as of right now, continuous storyline. Drax doesn't have an option of fighting Thanos.
He's in the
gone.
quantum realm. He's okay.
By the way, you just brought up a very good point. For those of you listening to my show for the first time here, April. Let me pull off. April 27th is when Endgame comes out,
No,
right?
26.
No,
26.
26,
Right before
that's
my
Friday.
anniversary.
I got my tickets today. I hope
Yeah.
Well,
everybody.
because they got their tickets today. This freaking thing
Yeah.
shut
Oh,
the whole
yeah,
website
yeah,
down. No
shut
one
down.
can get anything.
Thursday
so
at
I won't
6
be
so
there.
it comes out the 26th. That's a Friday.
Well, it comes
Friday.
out really on the 25th at
Yeah,
6
right.
p.m.
So,
Yeah.
so April
It's sold out,
19th.
though. Don't
I'm
even
sorry,
bother.
April
I
19th.
got my
I made the
tickets.
announcement a few weeks ago. I'm going to confirm it now since I have so many new people listening to me right now.
You're
April
welcome.
19th will be the beginning of MCU week here at Orsini's Uncensored Mind. That's the track, yes. That's the track, yes. Turn it off for now, though. Save it, baby. Save it, baby.
Windows
yes.
Media Player likes to do things on its own.
That's all right, though. The Windows Media Player can catch these hands if it fucks with me the next time.
Can catch something.
April 19th. It's fucking up my announcement is what it's doing. April 19th is 1 week before Endgame comes out. That will be the beginning of MCU week here in Orsini's Uncensored Mind. All of my social media and the episode itself on April 24th will be completely 100% related to the MCU. I will be having an MCU roundtable on the 24th. I will be bringing in some of my comic books and MCU experts. People who know the drill. No, you were here for the WrestleMania fucking thing. I'm going to have a new cast of characters for that one.
I was going to volunteer myself as tribute, but apparently I'm out of it.
No, I'm getting new voices for the fucking show. You fuckers will come back for another episode.
All right.
You guys can do another roundtable with me on something else. But I will be doing MCU week starting April 19th, leading up to the big reveal. You, sir, Mr. Ming, you got your tickets for Thursday. Is that
Thursday
correct? The
at
25th.
6 p.m.
He will have the power,
The
folks.
first.
Oh, man.
He has the
You
first
could probably
showing.
sell those on eBay
Hey, if
for
you're
a
friends with
substantial
me
amount
on
of money.
Facebook that day, I'm going to say you need to post that at screen.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
God.
I'm gonna do it.
Much like
Ultimate heel.
much like Thanos, he will
He
have the
does.
power
I will.
to destroy half of humanity.
And I will tell you fake spoilers so you get really pissed off.
We haven't had a chance to divulge into this matchup. We've been sidetracking, but we're going to sidetrack a little bit more because I have a caller on the line right now. So, caller, who is this I am speaking to right now?
It's Ming's favorite person in the world, Vanessa.
Who is this?
Oh, who is this?
Who is this? I don't know you.
Is this the one commenting in the chat?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Give him hell. He's listening.
No.
I just wanted to say, because I didn't want to put it on the chat, we all know Triple H ain't losing because he's
Oh.
never
Oh,
beaten Batista. They're giving him his moment.
Oh, the big final retirement moment. Triple H is going to put him
Well,
down.
if he wins, he doesn't retire. I mean, well,
If
he
Batista
wins,
wins, he's not retiring?
yeah, no. If Triple H wins, Batista's not retiring. That was in the stipulation.
Right, because I didn't get to
Yeah,
that yet. But yeah, the stipulation is if Triple H loses. So you're predicting Batista wins and Triple H is now done with his in-ring career?
No, Triple H wins.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
Batista
Right,
pulls
Triple
out
H.
losing.
Okay, so you got Triple H winning and Batista. The old
Yes,
school thing goes
because
on
if
his
you
back, right?
If you remember back at the Super Show, Triple H never beat Undertaker in 20 years, and they finally showed him get the win. He's never beaten Batista. He's gonna get the win.
He's got that. I'm the boss, so
Nah,
I'm
I
going to
don't
win
think so.
tonight.
You disagree, Ming?
I mean, I really don't care for the match. He's a fucking Avenger. I don't care.
Can Drax
Just
lose
one more
twice?
thing,
I think he's gonna be a
just one more
squash.
So hold on. Go ahead, Vanessa. Go ahead.
just to go back, John Cena is going to be the special guest referee for Kurt Angle and Corbin.
Oh.
Wedge that in there. Wedge it. Wedge it.
If
With
that
that
happens,
stupid
then Angle
haircut?
goes over.
That-
Yeah,
that
that's
is-
definitely.
that is rough.
With that stupid haircut he has now.
Yeah, what
I
is
hate
up
it.
with that haircut? Maybe he wants to be an
He's a-
Avenger.
He's a soccer mom.
Leave JBL alone.
Yo, he looks like JBL.
I never noticed.
Thank you, Vanessa, for calling in, and thank you for being involved with the chat, man. I really appreciate the support. Thank you.
Bye.
So, guys, let's get into the Triple H Batista deal. I mean, obviously, I'm gone. I don't know if can you still hear me on the thing?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I don't
we
hear.
hear you.
Okay, my headset dropped. I don't have any audio in my headset. But Triple H and Batista here. Ming's already made his thoughts pretty clear here.
Squash.
He doesn't really care. Pombo.
Batista's going to win.
Batista.
The Avengers going to come out and help him. That'll be.
Yeah.
You can get like Bradley Cooper.
Avengers?
They can't afford him. They can't afford him.
They can afford it, man. It's WWE. They got
No.
Which Avenger? They could afford Hawkeye, maybe. I don't know.
They can afford
They got
Hawkeye.
Yeah, they can
Robert
get
Downey
Hawkeye.
Jr. is
No,
not
no,
going
no,
to
no,
WrestleMania.
definitely not Robert Downey Jr.
Can they
could probably
afford
get
Don
Chris
Cheadle?
Evans.
Don Cheadle. He come out with coffee.
And throw the
I thought
coffee.
Don
at-
Cheadle
at
was a
Triple H.
fan already.
Yeah, maybe Don Chino, but they can definitely scoop in one of them.
So you don't care for the match, Bing, but do you have an official pick?
I think Triple H definitely wins. I think he wins in a squash too. I don't think
squash.
No, I definitely don't see a squash.
In a no holds barred match.
I think it's gonna be a 5-minute match. That match is not going long at all.
5-minute match.
5 minutes match. I don't think it's going long.
I don't know about that. Triple H, Batista, no holds barred match. Everything on the line here between these two. Actually, Triple H's career is on the line, not Batista's, which I think is the reason why I think that's the scapegoat there. I think Triple H kind of has to win. I know I'm using the whole go out on your back thing twice here, but that's kind of the situation that we're in. But I would have these two matches separated by at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, just so people can forget about the whole out on your back deal. But Batista, I think Triple H wins this matchup.
Let it open the show.
Let who open the show? Triple H, Batista? Yeah.
No.
Actually, I actually think one of these main events we're about to mention opens that show.
I think it's that
But
one.
James, did you have a pick for Triple H, Batista?
Honestly, I think this is a perfect way to end Triple H's career. I'm
Oh,
going to
that's
go with
good.
Batista. If there's any way to...
It's not time yet.
so you think we're all fooled here? We all think that Batista's the one that really wants this because it's the end of his career. When really, maybe Triple H is the one that
Maybe
wants
Triple
this.
H, so he can
His good buddy
transition...
hey, my last match was against Drax the Destroyer. That's not bad.
An Avenger had to beat me for me to retire.
Exactly, it's
Fucking
that
Avenger.
Marvel
An
money.
Avenger, yeah. Disney had to buy me out.
And who better?
That's pretty funny.
Who better than the guy that he gets a lot of credit for making?
That's true.
He's one of the only guys who he created himself and put over and put on that map. You know what I mean? Like that moment. You don't get Batista. The most memorable moment for me from Batista is the thumbs up, thumbs down moment.
But
So
that was Triple H though.
That was Triple H making him.
Well, Batista was really the heavy hitter of that entire beatdown.
Yeah.
Like that big drop at the end. Yeah, I get what he said. And that promo package they played on Raw when they recapped that 3-match program they had of him just obliterating Triple H. The part they intentionally left out, for those of you wondering, because I saw a few people online like, wow, that footage was so old. The reason why you only saw Batista and Triple H in those 3 instances, he was immediately drafted to SmackDown after.
Yeah,
So he
right
beat
after
the
that.
shit out of Triple H and then proceeded to beat the shit out of JBL right after that.
I really wish that Batista was sticking around because I like Batista, and plus, and a great job to the production staff. Not to get too much inside baseball, but if you notice his promos, they do the same thing that they did in his last run. They cut out all the lights, spotlight on him.
Oh yeah, heel Batista.
Aesthetically, they're doing exactly what they need to do to make this guy seem like him, plus feel the nostalgia aspect of it. So if Batista wins here, the door is still open for him to continue later on. You close the door on Triple H, and it's Triple H. If anybody can go, well, I changed my mind. I mean, Shawn Michaels was retired until they threw that Saudi money.
I love that. I love
Saudi money means a lot.
I love Batista's glasses. It's like he went to a 3D movie. He was like, I'm just going to keep these.
Well, he was blue before, now he's red.
Yeah, he put them on and said, kiss my ass.
I think everybody here has their picks for this matchup, Triple H and Batista. And we're going to move on to the next matchup here. Actually, before we move on to the next one, I think it was it you that picked, you said it was going to be a squash?
Yeah, it's squash.
In a no-holds-barred match situation. That does not change your mind at all about the whole squash deal.
Maybe not a squash, but it's going to be like a 5-minute match. That match is not going long at all.
Sledgehammer, nut shot,
end. There you go.
Well, you can use the sledgehammer part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it a no-holds-barred.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to the next matchup, and I am excited about the fact that we got this audio finally working here because it's got me juiced. I got the power, baby. That's right, we got the power, and we're next up. We're going to hit it off right here. The WWE Universal Championship is on the line. Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, the greatest Universal Champion of all time, goes against the Beast Slayer, Seth Rollins, the winner of this year's Royal Rumble, guys. Who wins this matchup? We've got the biggest matchup in Seth Rollins' career, as he states it. He feels he has the weight and the pressure of an entire generation of fans who only know Lesnar as this dominant, no-nonsense, never show up, no passion, having ass champion.
Never surrender.
Yeah.
Never surrender, never
Now,
show up.
The one thing, again, selective memory, Seth Rollins has said on multiple occasions it's about time someone chopped him down. Well, his Shield brethren did that not too long ago. As a matter of fact, it was this past August.
Yeah.
So it's not that he's infallible. He can be beaten. But is Seth Rollins the man to beat a Matty Ming?
This is a tough one.
Oh, this is tough.
A betting man would go with Brock, but a smart man would go with Seth.
Why? What's the difference between the two?
I feel like, because I don't think, first of all, I don't think Brock's leaving. I don't think he's going anywhere, but I think that it's time for a change. I think the
For
whole,
Lesnar, it's time for a
I think
change?
the whole, don't wrestle for 4 months, out of nowhere kind of thing is old, and I think it's time for like a fighting champion, universal champion. So I feel like Seth is the man who's going to dethrone the Brock. I don't think he's leaving the company. I think Brock is going to go to SmackDown. I think change it up, but I think definitely Seth is going to take the belt.
As a side thing, real quick, we were too busy trying to get this audio thing worked out. Jesse Rodriguez, back to the no holds barred match. He predicts Ant-Man will interfere. On behalf of,
there you go.
I called it. There you go.
There you go.
He's the
he
affordable
will
Avenger.
go into Triple H's ass and expand. And
Yes.
that will
Bringing
be
that
the
back up.
that will be the end
High
of that. Rob Smith says Brock retains. Vanessa is back on the chat. I love Seth Rollins, my favorite, but I feel Brock is winning. Are we at that point now with Brock Lesnar matches where it's almost getting to a point where you want a particular person to win, you feel it's going to be competitive, but you're just too afraid to pick against Brock Lesnar? And I'll take you back to the WrestleMania match with Lesnar and Roman when everyone was absolutely 100% sure. Here's the crowning moment. Roman's going to beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to UFC. He's not signing a new deal and all that other garbage. And then here we go, a new deal at the last minute, and then a championship defense, and shock and awe.
That's why I think he's going to lose. Because
they've pulled that card
we've
so
done
many
this
times.
already. Yeah. They can't do the same shit all over again.
Well, he could.
He could.
That's what his matches are. It's the same shit all over again, over and over.
but I
He's
don't
the
think-
only guy that can get away with it.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't think anymore, though. I think it's like.
But
run its
he's the
course.
only guy where at this point he's built so much negative equity like that if you did it again, it would be like, all right, whatever. But if they did it with another guy again, he would be crapped on more.
But who's going to beat Brock? Like, who's a better
Bobby
person?
Lashley, baby.
No.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley ain't ready for that smoke.
No.
He don't want none
Leo
of
Rush
that.
still
He
has
don't want none of that smoke, okay? Bobby Lashley better hold on to the
I
icy
would
time.
pay. Actually, I can't say that because I am paying good money
Yeah, I
for
was gonna
Sunday.
say,
But I'm glad that I paid good money, and I would give even more money if they allowed Lesnar to F5 Leo Rush.
Oh.
But he
has to
do you
do
remember the
that.
Shannon
Yeah,
Moore
yeah,
one?
yeah,
where he
Survivor
just
Series,
he has
SummerSlam,
to
man.
helicopter that prick right in the middle of the
Oh.
fucking ring.
He'd throw him
And,
out of the
and
arena.
Leo would take it too.
Right out of the
He would
arena.
take
He had
it.
no choice.
He does, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
Leo, go out there and you're going to take this move and you might die, but it'll look good.
F5000.
Yeah.
He's gonna get helicopter.
He's gonna launch him to the cheap
Let
side.
him ragdoll you. They want Kofi to win the champion. I gotta get something too.
Yeah.
Fling his ass around. Official pick, James, for this matchup.
I gotta say it almost feels like it has to be Seth Rollins, because with the exception of Roman, people got behind Seth. I wasn't sold on him as a babyface for a really long time until this year, where he's done some exceptional work. The hour-long matches that he's had on Raw, all kind of stuff, and him losing would be just the biggest blue balls ever. So I think
Of all time.
at this point we're gonna get the Rollins win here. He's the right guy
At the right time.
at the right time.
I agree.
At the right place to do it. And there's already the built-in story about Seth and Brock. How Seth won his first title. You have Roman waiting in the wings. It's something Roman couldn't do, except for the one time that he did, but seems to be redacted. Nobody wants to talk about it, like you mentioned before.
Reduction.
So there's something built in there for the future.
Right.
Lay the seeds. Lay the seeds.
Wait, that's how I got my son. Laying mad seeds until one of them bloomed into that wonderful human being who's eating me at a house and home.
Oh, by the way, I saw that picture.
With the hat?
With the hat?
He is.
Oh, yeah,
he's about to
gonna-
be slaying.
Yeah, he's slaying bitches left and right. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
man.
That's the one fear. Like guys are
how
always
old is
afraid
he?
to get girls because you know you get a girl, you're like, oh, I don't want her to be a whore. I don't want her to be a whore. I don't want her to be like.
That's
I was always afraid to get a boy because the guys in my family are fucking sluts.
Notorious.
All the guys in my family are fucking dogs, and I know they're not listening to my show because I've called them dogs to their faces and they don't like me very much. So, so I know they're not listening. But all of them are. I'm a unicorn in my family. I've been with my wife 16 years.
Wow.
When my uncles and my dad look at me, they're like, "What the fuck happened to you?"
They've
It's
been
like,
with 16 women in 1 year.
Yeah, there were 16 women last week. Some of these. Oh no, yeah, their dicks are septic tanks. I don't know how the fuck.
Swamp.
Every time I meet a girl they've just been with, I ask her to check herself for gingivitis. Every single time.
Why? Because there's teeth growing.
Because there could.
That ain't right.
Before they come over, I'm like, do you have any abscess or anything going on in your mouth that he should know about beforehand?
Jesus.
All right, this took a gross turn.
Yes,
Enough about my family, but I'm going to pick now
Yuck mouth.
because everybody, even in the chat, seems like everyone believes this is it. Seth's going to have the crowning achievement.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Blue Balls. This is New York.
Okay.
This is New York. Here's, and it's going to be a little confusing, so let me explain. I see Brock winning this matchup by a mistake. I think Seth does the Shawn Michaels. I think it's a very back and forth contest. Seth makes the big mistake, costs him big time, and he loses at WrestleMania.
And then
I think the sell job after is what sets Seth off because we need a new Seth Rollins.
For sure.
All right, this burn it down bullshit. He's a face. That's great. That's great. But we've wanted. Vince has been advocating a brand new life, different, more 3-dimensional characters. Rollins' whole deal is that he's so naturally gifted that he just makes everything look so fucking easy. This entire year, I've carried the brand on my back. Well, he's done that with great matches. We've rarely ever seen Rollins in a position to fight.
Yeah.
So in this situation with Lesnar, I promise you, he's going to go out there and try to hit all his spots, and yada, yada, yada. And I would love for the story to be that none of that shit works.
None of it mattered.
That's the mistake, that he went into this match thinking he could out-wrestle a Brock Lesnar. And the criticism on Lesnar is that he doesn't do any of his old shit. So he's not really a wrestler anymore. He's a fighter now.
Yeah.
So Rollins finds this out of WrestleMania. He makes the big mistake. Phoenix down splash turns into an F5, whatever, right? He does the big flip, lands on Lesnar's shoulders. He catches him, hits it with an F5. That's the big mistake. Drives Seth absolutely fucking crazy. I don't think this is going to be the last match. Obviously, the winner last. So this happens either earlier, mid-show, or towards the end. I would do backstage shit with him, tearing shit up, pissed off, frustrated. I want a frustrated, pissed off fucking Seth Rollins. And then we get to Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania, the big surprise, the big show, right? This is the biggest Raw of the year. I want Heyman and Lesnar to come out, open the show, as they normally do when they have the big title defense. They come out bragging, and I want Seth to come out here pissed off, pissed in vinegar, getting in Paul's face, getting in Brock's face, and I want Seth to challenge right here tonight. You haven't had a freaking match on Raw. And what? 12? No, we're going back to like 2004, 2005, since he's had a match on Raw, right? Yeah. And the last time it almost happened was against Rollins when he was the champion. Yep. So now we turn it around. He said, you haven't had a match here in forever. I've told everybody before WrestleMania, I'm putting it all on my back. I'm putting it on me. I'm going to save this generation from you. And if I have to die trying, I will. And that's exactly what I'm offering. You defend that championship against me tonight, I'll put my career on the line. You can kill me off of WWE right now with a one win. Put that title on the line tonight. Give me one more shot. And then they accept, because why not, right? We have a chance to defend again. Because he's going on vacation.
Going on vacation, yeah.
I get a chance to defend one last time so the marks won't get upset. Now I've got 2 championship matches in a row, right? And Seth comes in. Now he's a completely different guy. He talks, maybe he can talk Paul into a no disqualification stipulation, right?
There you go.
And then we're fighting, we're brawling, and he pulls it out. And now we have a Monday Night Raw, a post-Mania Raw where a title change happens. It's huge. It gets all and Lesnar's gone.
Do you think that Lesnar would have to? I love all of
if
that.
You really
Lesnar has to be gone for a while.
Yeah, because the whole point of putting the belt on Seth, because you're all picking Seth because you think it's a better choice for Seth. I think a pissed off, more vibrant Rollins is a better option for the belt. This belt means nothing.
Yeah,
this belt's been around for 3 years.
Neither one of them
means garbage.
But it's red.
Well,
it's a red belt.
That's why I think Brock is going to lose.
Right,
it means
I agree.
Garbage.
I agree that he will take over the reins, so to speak, no pun intended, of the Universal Championship and do something with it. But this current Seth Rollins will not do anything with it. He'll just be another guy with a belt. Yeah. I think if you draw off of Lesnar's ferocity, this whole deal of him being this badass. And all right, make another badass. You tried it with Roman. It didn't work because they didn't take the Roman. But the fans love Seth. So if you give them an edgier Seth, that might do better for the belt than having Lesnar just run with it for another 6 months to SummerSlam.
Sexy Jesus.
If Brock,
I don't think they'll do any of this, but this is just the way that I would do it because I'm just thinking to myself, like, I need a Seth Rollins to be more than just burn it down in a T-shirt.
This is the thing that I used to say about the burn it down thing. At some point, you have to actually burn it down. You have to actually do something that.
Wow,
that
burn it down with what? Your cool dance moves?
Yeah,
like you gotta
exactly.
Set fire to this motherfucker.
Burn the ring up.
If it was me, you have the Drew and Roman match happen earlier in the night. Drew goes over. That night, in the main event, Roman comes out and screws Seth Rollins for Brock to win. To pay him back for that Money in the Bank moment. That is his time. You've got the cancer sympathy you just built up. What better thumb in the nose? You got us all to believe in you. You got everyone to trust you. Finally, we're on board with you, and you fuck us.
That will happen on the Raw after Mania.
I would do it right at WrestleMania.
I just don't see a Roman heel turn because they worked so hard to make him a baby. They finally got him at baby, and to turn him heel now.
I never saw a Hogan.
I never thought I'd say this sentence, but what a waste of leukemia. That would be a complete waste. It would.
Wait, he could pick
I'm
up the
trying
mic
to
and
be
be like,
honest about it. It would be. Listen, they didn't ask for him to get sick. He just got sick. People are sympathetic. Shut up.
That's what my setup was. Imagine he comes down, does a screw job, and then he goes, the cancer was fake.
I didn't have leukemia.
That's how my white blood count is fine.
But nobody thought that they wanted to see a Hogan heel turn until it happened.
Yeah.
But
So
that was
I
glorious.
think if that happens, people are just like, you tricked us once again. And that's it. I think if you're going to do it, and this way you get Seth, who's now that pissed off guy, going after his former friend for costing it, and you protect Brock. So everyone kind of wins.
Jesse Rodriguez in the chat adds that Seth and Brock is definitely happening at SummerSlam, and I agree, especially regardless of how this match shapes out. I think we get a rematch. I think Brock likes the idea of wrestling with Seth, and regardless of how this ends, I think that's the program going forward. Vanessa comes back saying they're not giving Seth she wrote it weird. They're not giving Seth moment and not the main event. And then she predicts that Dean Ambrose would end up getting involved in some way. I only agree.
One last screw on my way out.
I only agree with the Dean Ambrose thing if he's sticking around. If he's not, they're not going to put him in a high-profile situation like that if he's not going to be here tomorrow.
I think
his contract is pretty much over after this week.
Yeah. They've done it.
He did his farewell too on Raw. For those of you who didn't get a chance,
didn't they do that with the Ultimate Warrior?
Well, he's the Big Show. Then you turn him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Honestly, if Dean Ambrose stays around, what you should be working toward for next WrestleMania is a triple threat finally between the three of them for the title, for the main event.
I think that ship is sailed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think it takes one good promo and one good moment to get people invested.
But who
again.
delivers the promo? I mean,
Dean Ambrose.
No,
God,
I can't do it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's not just checked out. I hate to use the word stale, but when they tried to turn him heel, it's not the heel that he was expecting, which is why this contract was never signed. It's why he's not coming back, folks. This is why I believe in my heart that he's not. If you watch the documentary they did, the 24/7 for Dean,
which was great,
he just looks fucking aggravated with everything. And if anyone, the hype behind him was his promos. He can talk better than anyone.
John Moxley
John Moxley is a fucking monster.
Sure.
But he's never been John Moxley here. He's been clever. He's been witty. At times, he's gotten a little dark, but he's never really been full-on Mox. And I think he's dying. Right now, he's a tiger trapped in a fucking cage. Yeah. And I think time away from the company, a la a Drew McIntyre type deal, would be fucking great for him.
I thought that they were going to do the John Moxley thing when they sat him in front of the burn pit on the car. I thought they were going to do it. And then they just
it just sounded like a straight-up WWE promo. And it was like, oh, that's it. That was it. That was the end of that. So I don't see them putting him in that particular position. So everyone here seems to be going for Seth. I'm going for Brock, but technically I'm still going for Seth.
Yeah. You're saying that he's a winner in the loss.
Yeah, I think he takes the fall. Yeah. But I don't think by the end of this, Brock still walks away with the championship. Or at least I hope not. And we're going to get into our next matchup here. Yes, baby. Double click. double click it, baby. I want to feel it in my heart and my soul. Yes.
Is it Jamaican music?
No.
No, power.
It's the ultimate thrill ride. Oh, wait, no.
Stop with the thrill ride. I love this song because it just goes with it. And our next contest, ladies and gentlemen, is for the WWE Championship, as the green recycle Captain Planet himself will be protecting the Earth from Negroes. Apparently, that's where they're headed with this, because
Superstar Billy Graham, goddamn.
he's done everything in his power, and he's going against Kofi Kingston, the supposed Prince of Wakanda at this point.
Yes.
The WWE Championship is on the line here, but so much more apparently is on the line than just the WWE Championship. There is a whole community, a whole culture, if you will,
A dark
culture, who was looking
African
at this as their raft, their line of savior. This
Black wrestlers matter.
people cried when Taker lost the streak.
And that one kid had a conniption.
Yeah, and now they're looking for another streak to end here at WrestleMania. They're looking for their second black WWE champion.
Yeah, say that loud. That's right. Second.
That's right.
They're looking for their second. Now,
Second.
I understand the argument at this point. I'm done
All right.
arguing with people. You were about to defend it, I know.
I was wondering where you were going
I'm
with
done
that.
arguing with it. Regardless of how The Rock identifies, I get the Kofi Kingston thing. I've made the argument a few times. There are other options. We spoke about him earlier. Big E is my personal favorite. That guy's going to be, pun intended, huge.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about just Kofi in a microscope here, and we're just looking at Kofi in this particular situation, I'm going to put this out here, and then we're all going to discuss this as a round table. This is it. 11 years, right? This has been the whole storyline. 11 years. He's been battling. He's been scratching. He's been calling. Okay, buddy, this is it. I don't mean to put pressure on you, buddy, but April 7th, 2019 better be a life-changing fucking experience for you. Because I promise, if you don't get it done on Sunday, this is never happening again, at least not with you.
Yeah.
They might go to another guy, Lashley or Biggie or someone maybe who's not even signed now as we know it. But as far as Kofi Kingston becoming WWE champion, this is your shot, kiddo. This is your opportunity. And I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. And as much as it pains me to say this, I actually do believe this is it. Kofi, I think, walks away with the WWE Championship here at WrestleMania. I don't expect it to be the greatest of reigns. I think they're doing this for the moment. I think they're doing this for the aha, see, I told you so. See, we're not racist. We have a black friend. He's the champion. I think, I'm not saying that he won't be a good champion. I think he's going to work his ass off and do the best that he can. Just like this build-up has been a la Daniel Bryan, let's rewind and look at how Daniel Bryan's run actually looked. Sans the injury, there wasn't really any long-term plans for Daniel Bryan to be at the top of the card.
For sure.
There just wasn't. And if they say otherwise, they're lying out of their fucking faces.
Revisionists.
They had a lot of other plans. Punk's leaving played a role in things. There was a lot of factors in leading into Daniel Bryan becoming WWE champion, just like now. Ali getting injured before the gauntlet, leading into the chamber, him getting over with that hour effort, and then his chamber effort, a lot of right place, right time deals. So I do believe Kofi Kingston walks away with the WWE Championship. I don't think he's champion for long. Pombo, do you believe tonight? Tonight. Well, I will be re-airing this again the day of WrestleMania, like I do most run channels. We're live Tuesday. This Sunday, do you believe that this guy walks away with the championship?
He went from Jamaica to Ghana all the way to MetLife Stadium just to get the title, baby.
Long run.
It's happening.
He swam from Ghana all the way.
And he's going to lose it next week.
And the SmackDown fought the post-SmackDown.
Yep.
Right back to Daniel Bryan.
Yep, there we go.
All right, so to the black guy in the group,
so
who are you pulling for?
I'm going to be completely honest with everybody, and I want to say I hope you're not hoping for Kofi Kingston to win his belt, because there is no way in hell that black man is winning. That belt.
You can say no chance.
You can say
no
WWE is racist. Oh, no black man on top. I'm not gonna watch. You can say that all you want, but there's one.
Ooh, taking shots at the IWC.
There is one reason.
You see Jesse Rodriguez? He's taking shots at IWC.
There's one defining reason why Kofi Kingston is not winning the title, and that's because this triple threat women's match. There's no way they're gonna let that man win a momentous title like that and have all the streamers come down and all this extra shit and New Day carry him around on his shoulders. They're basically going to say, we're gonna
hand
give
out
you
pancakes?
we're gonna give you a Daniel Bryan-esque win when he won it, and then we're gonna have the women come after you. There's no way that's
Kofi's
gonna.
not getting confetti because he's not last.
That's
He's
but
definitely
if he wins, the crowd is gonna go absolutely
This is
nuts.
actually the match where I think, and I've heard rumors about it. Before I even heard rumors, I actually thought this would be a great idea. I actually think this is the opener.
I can see that. I don't see.
Yeah.
I want that
Big-
feel-good
big
moment as
start off.
far away from the women as humanly
turns
possible.
That would be that.
Instead of-
Honestly, when you said that,
Yeah. It's
I had
if,
the
if
aha
people,
moment.
If people
'Cause
do
I was
think it's
on
a
your
weak
side with
card,
that.
what better way to get people juiced from the gun
Right away.
than
But you know,
because you're riding high all night. Because now the WWE can get away with anything. I gave this bitch an orgasm. I can fuck any bitch I want now. Look, I gave you your orgasm. I'm good now for the rest of the 5 hours.
regardless, there's going to be a vocal amount of people who won't like whatever happens.
Yeah, very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
So if
Very
that
true, very
happens,
true.
number one, while it is smart and great, people don't think like we do.
It's not gonna happen.
They don't want that. I think I'm with you. It would damage the women's main event if they did it.
How could you have another championship match happen after that?
Right.
Everybody wants him to win, just like Daniel Bryan.
They'll
a
be
couple
so
years
blown
ago.
out from that win.
They'll kill
they'll
the
got
crowd.
nothing left for that last match.
That's the main reason why he's not going to win. And honestly, I think that Big E's going to turn. I think one of them is going to turn. I think there's a swerve in there.
Actually, Jesse Rodriguez in the chat said the same thing, and I agree. I actually see Big E turning on the New Day at some point.
I think Big E's going to turn.
I actually thought the first program.
negativity.
I actually thought, what a great way to kick off this newfound era here of WWE titledom by having Big E turn, and then the first program with Kofi being Kofi and Big E for the WWE
But look at
Championship.
that-
First time ever in history, two black guys facing off, programming, main eventing shows as WWE
But
champions.
look at that little.
That's
promo.
why I sit in the car. I think it was with you. I was the new Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah,
of,
but
wrestling.
look at that little promo that Big E had. They don't want us to win. They don't want us to rise up.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on, that's
gonna
setting
quit.
up. Victor, you want to get ahead, boy? Come on, cost in the match. Come on, that's a mean setup. It's a clear cut setup. There's no way.
I actually thought the perfect reason for Big E to turn was Fastlane. I brought up an example when I was trying to defend the idea of why Kofi hasn't been champion yet. I had brought up Fastlane as the perfect example as to why. If you guys remember at Fastlane, there's a segment where Kofi's waiting outside of Vince's office and he's just fucking pacing, and Big E and Xavier walk by. I said, "What are you doing out here?" So I've been waiting out here for like an hour. Vince,
Why are you waiting?
Vince is sitting out here waiting. Told me to meet him, and he hasn't come out here or whatever. He goes, and then Big Xavier's like, well, "We can't stand out here like an idiot. Come on, we got to go inside." And Big E and Xavier went inside, and I said that is the exact illustration as to why it never happened for Kofi. Kofi will sit around and wait. The people who became champion instead of him did not sit around and wait.
Nope.
They kicked in his fucking door and demanded an opportunity. And that's why I thought that's the perfect example, because who kicked in the door? Big E. Big E had no problem kicking at that door.
I did
and
this for you, Kofi.
And I think that's a big reason why. Yeah, because if you think about it also, New Day doesn't have a match on this card.
Nope.
All of their... And the New Day is what got him into this championship match.
So Big E could easily say, if it wasn't for me,
You wouldn't even have this opportunity. Right? That championship belongs to me.
Exactly.
Because if it wasn't for me stepping up for you literally every step of the fucking way.
In fact, us competing in the gauntlet match, the tag gauntlet match, is what finally put you over.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in this match if it wasn't for me. Yeah.
James Branch in the chat room decided to take a nice racial tone to it. This won't make sense, I know. No, James, it makes perfect sense. But I don't think Kofi wins because I don't see him being the guy who makes a statement by being the one who burns the hemp belt. There are a lot of people saying, listen, can you smoke that? Is that a smokable deal?
I would love to burn the hemp belt, if you know what I mean, James.
Crystal actually agreed with the whole deal about putting on the title as far away from
if you do it
from the women's match as possible.
Start that off,
she thinks Ronda's retaining though. So it's like
I
Ronda,
would not be surprised.
Ronda being that would piss off people. Yada yada. You don't want to ruin Kofi's thing by pissing off people with Ronda. Real quick before we change topics here, official picks. Pombo, who do you have in this matchup?
I'm gonna go with Daniel.
Oh, okay.
to swing out.
Smart man.
Yeah, just to swing out a surprise. Oh,
He
no.
also went Daniel and
I'm
Vince.
going Kofi Kingston. I think
All
it's
right.
the
Really?
moment. I think they do AJ's
man.
idea. They put it on earlier. They
I mean,
do
we
it.
already got Harlem Heat in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
We got a lot this year.
that should come down to black community.
Are you? Yeah. How are you gonna represent
Satiate them for the moment.
both underutilized communities in the same night?
Can you imagine if that's the actual reasoning behind guys? I know we
Well,
Kofi didn't win.
I'm
but
giving up Booker T and
we
Steve
gave
Ray.
you Harlem
Damn it.
Heat. You know,
I'm giving him Booker.
it's the
T
same
and
way the
Stevie
other way
Ray.
too. If you think about it, it's like if Ronda doesn't win and it pisses everybody off. Well, come on, guys. I gave you China,
gave you
right? I
China.
gave you China.
China's in the Hall of
Come
Fame.
on, guys. Hall of Fame.
Kind of.
How much black people do you want on my TV? God
Yeah.
damn it.
It gets too dark. You won't be able to see.
Shane is wearing Jordans, okay?
He is absolutely wearing Jordans, bro.
I think it's the moment he gets it. I think he wins, but
loses
to
it
your
Tuesday.
point, he loses it pretty quickly. I think
Tuesday.
maybe
Fairly
3 or 4
quickly.
months.
fairly quick.
That's a
fairly
long
quickly.
time, I think, too.
2-3 months, I would say.
I think he loses it.
Well, we have dabbled into both Universal and WWE Championship matches. We have one match left to get to here. Oh, yeah. Feel that deep within you. It is winner take all, ladies and gentlemen. Winner take all. The WWE Raw and the SmackDown Women's Championships will be on the line in a triple threat match. The 8-time women's champion Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and the man Becky Lynch in the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. Folks, I illustrated to you at the beginning of this video that I have been a wrestling fan my entire life. I've sat here and live, my first WrestleMania was 4. I mentioned that on the show yesterday. And I've watched every WrestleMania since. I have seen all 34 WrestleManias. At one point consecutively, I was very drunk that night, and I sat through multiple nights, actually. It took multiple viewings to sit through all of it, but I have seen main event after main event after main event, and I have to tell you, in all honesty, I never thought I would see the day where a woman would be in the main event. We've got 3 this Sunday. One of them is a legend, UFC Hall of Famer, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Olympian, a true combat sport legend as it relates to women's sports, combat sports in general. She's one of the biggest draws in UFC history.
One of the biggest female athletes in the history of time, not named Serena or Venus Williams.
That's right. Celebrity, movies, acting. I mean, she's got the whole thing down. Came into the WWE, immediately became Raw Women's Champion. She's now one of the longest reigning champions of all time. That's in one corner. In the second corner, 8-time women's champion. Her and her daddy combined would be 24 world champions. Genetically superior to the rest of the girls and
Natural
guys in the
selection.
game. Of all the sons that failed Flair, it was the daughter that reigned supreme. She'll get hate for being shoehorned into this match, but she is, regardless, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time today.
I agree.
Let alone
Currently,
let alone with years left to come. She's going to be setting the bar for a while. She's in this match and current SmackDown champion. And, of course, the Irish last kicker, the man.
Ha-cha-cha.
The man. I'll be having one of those Lucky Charm treats beforehand, if you know what I mean.
River dance right
The last kicker, the man, Becky Lynch, will be competing after all this time. And before we get balls deep into this, bitch, we've got a phone call. Someone else wants to join the ranks here. Right on time. We're in the main event. How can I help you?
It's main event time, baby.
Oh, main event time. So only one guy can possibly call in at that time.
Who is this?
That's right. How you doing? This is Chris from New York.
Chris from New York.
Chris from New York.
Hello, Chris from New York.
How you doing, Chris from New York?
How you doing? Is this Orsini's Uncensored Mind?
This is the very show. You are on the air.
First time, long time?
Is this absolute?
WrestleMania Roundtable Prediction Show. I want to give my predictions. I got money riding on this.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Currently on the line, folks, for those of you listening, is one of the greatest promo guys I have ever had the privilege of either competing against promo-wise or teaming with. So, bro, can you give me 60 seconds of your best stuff here? WrestleMania.
50 seconds of what?
60 seconds, your best stuff. Give me some WrestleMania picks you said you got. I need a Cage promo right here.
Give me some absolution.
Oh my God, you're gonna put me on the spot right here. Well,
Those are the best ones,
before I
right?
even get started with any Cage promo, allow me to let you know that I'm sitting here with the brother Whiplash. It's not just Chris Cage.
Wow.
You got the Zoltan in the building calling Orsini's Uncensored Mind.
The
Tell me what up,
longest
superstar.
reigning
What up, players?
WXW-C4 tag team champions of all time.
I want my rematch, Whiplash, you son of a bitch.
Shut up your face.
Go ahead, brother. Play it on them. Show them what it's like.
All right, so we got WrestleMania Roundtable. This Sunday, WrestleMania coming up. We got all kinds of festivities going down. Becky Lynch, the man, gonna take it all. We
Whoa.
got, who we talking about? Bobby Lashley? I'm gonna say Bobby Lashley. I was liking what you was talking about, Bobby Lashley. I'm picking Bobby Lashley to retain.
Oh, you bugging.
Okay, I'm bugging on Bobby Lashley retaining.
You bugging.
I'm not bugging on Bobby Lashley retaining. Watch Bobby Lashley retain.
Go ahead.
The Almighty.
All right. Who we got? You know what? Give me the rundown. I want the rundown.
All right,
What's
you got the
of
rundown.
matches, real quick.
All right, real quick. I'm gonna pull it right. I'm gonna leave the battle royals out because no one gives a shit. Okay.
No
No battle royals. AJ Styles, Randy Orton.
Woo! AJ Styles. I'm gonna go Randy Orton on that one.
Randy Orton, Shane McMahon, and The Miz. False count anywhere.
Shane.
Oh, cruiserweight title. Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese.
Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese.
Fatal four-way tag. Sasha Bailey, Divas of Destruction, Iconics, Face Breakers.
Iconics.
Oh.
The Iconics.
Hey, just like
I'm gonna have to go with the sentimental favorite for me, the Divas of Doom.
There you go.
Shout out to the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Goosebumps on Monday Night Raw.
Well, she better stay away from the face breaker, then, or she'll be back in retirement.
She's pretty
ASAP.
jacked, though. You saw her.
Joe versus Mysterio, U.S. title.
Samoa Joe all day, every day. Joe.
Joe. Reigns and McIntyre.
Oh, Drew McIntyre. For the love of God.
For the love of God. Farewell match, Angle versus Corbin.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, Kurt Angle. Waiting. Okay. No holds barred, Triple H, Batista.
Triple H, Hunter Hearst.
Universal title, Lesnar Rollins.
Your boy Seth Rollins. I'm sorry, but your boy Seth Rollins is taking that, baby.
I'm going Brock.
See, they're partners, but they don't have to be married to each other. I like that. The WWE title, Bryan and Kingston.
Oh, Kofi Mania dies at WrestleMania.
Oh!
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
I agree.
I agree.
Thank
And
you.
the main event.
I'm sorry.
Jesse Smollett did it for me.
oh, that would be.
Is it Smollett or Smollett?
Smollett.
Triple threat, winner take all. Rousey, Lynch, and Flair.
The man ends WrestleMania with both titles held in the air. The fireworks. She better get fireworks.
Oh, if it's the end.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
She's winning.
All right, guys, we're going to cut you guys short because we got to wrap this show up. Thanks for calling, man. Thanks for the support, man.
See you later. Hi, player.
All right, guys. Triple threat, winner take all. Sponsor goes first. Joe Pombo, what you got going on in this matchup? Who you got taking all the gold home?
How amazing would it be, just for a moment, think in your head.
If Sherry Martel won?
Imagine if you will.
Imagine, if you will.
Go ahead.
With Cadillac speed. Charlotte
It's
Flair.
a bicycle.
It's a total tobacco.
Tony Schiavone. We could do that all day, but go ahead. Winner take all. We got to wrap up soon, so hurry up.
Coming with the power of the lightning bolt. Charlotte Flair comes flipping off, winning everything. Charlotte Flair
for the win.
Love Charlotte. Hopefully she takes it all.
Charlotte Flair for the win. Ming, where are you headed with this?
This is tough because I really don't care about
Is it though?
that.
Is it really good?
We couldn't tell by your.
I know. You sold it beautifully.
I don't like
I'm
my
going to the
women. I
bathroom.
don't like my women in a wrestling ring. I like them in the kitchen.
That's true.
Oh, man.
You should have seen
We'll
this guy.
expect some calls.
This guy
Yikes.
caught. Listen, I've never had
the
my
switchboard lit up.
the messages for my group page have never been more explosive than when he dropped the comment for the women's Royal Rumble. He said, if all the women are in the Royal Rumble, who's doing catering in the back?
Exactly.
And
The boys got to eat, right?
for him, it was a legit question. And let me tell you, they were like, you should block him from the group. Who the fuck? I'm like, dude, I'm not blocking nobody. I approved it.
Here's why, because now people are commenting even more.
Yeah, but see, you know what? That line of thinking is exactly how we got into this mess in the first place. This is why it's been a 35-year journey.
Yes.
And Matt's free to feel any way that he wants. And listen, he is not the only one that
Make
feels
me
that
a
way.
sandwich.
There's a lot of people when this was announced officially that it was the main event who were
cut my
bathroom
stress.
breaks and I'm leaving early. Ooh, I get to beat traffic. Listen,
geez.
I have a ticket. I'll be in the building. If you want to leave early, cool for me. I'll put my feet up. I'll move up. Yeah.
move
Last
up.
match, they're
That's
not
you
kicking
do.
me out.
Nope. Yeah, no,
Last
hell
match,
no.
I'll go down to the railing if I have to. You're more than welcome to go because I am excited as balls for this match. You don't care, but do you have a pick?
My pick is I think that Ronda's going to win. I think her husband's going to be involved. I think Ronda wins and she leaves WWE. Well, storyline-wise.
Oh,
And-
she's taking.
and
Does she do the kiss? Does she blow Vince
yeah,
the kiss?
and then they're both titles. They have tournaments for them. I don't think.
I think
honestly, yeah.
she goes
That
back to
last one makes a
UFC
lot
with
of sense,
the belts.
I don't.
Throws
I
it in
just
the
don't see.
trash
I
like a
don't.
London
It's
blade.
too. It was too soon for them to unify the belts. So I don't think they're gonna stick with that storyline. I think they just unify the belts just to boost up the match because I don't think the WWE is sold on women ending the show, so they have to do as much as possible to get that show over. Oh, give them another belt. Oh, give them the end of the show. Give them this, give them that, because they're so hell bent on getting that show over, that match over, per se. So they're going to do whatever it takes. I mean, they're getting marquee time on TV. Like, they're doing, like, fucking Stone Cold Rock stuff with the getting arrested, kicking out the windows.
Yeah,
like, they're going hard for this.
Yeah.
Like,
They're trying to make it feel like a legit Mania main event.
Yeah,
As they
everybody
should,
goes to
though.
jail.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't see why that's a bad thing.
No,
I mean,
agree. It's gotta
I
be.
mean, a lot of things in the world
You
are
feel
like,
uncomfortable seeing it because you're not used to it.
I mean, it's a
You've
lot
been
of,
groomed on the generation of Jello pudding matches and shit.
but I
So now
feel
a
as
female
though
kicking in a door
I
doesn't
feel
seem
as
right.
though society is driven more towards women now with everything, and they're like shoving it down his throat instead of letting it happen naturally.
I'm sorry, is that penis guilt that I hear?
It's not penis guilt, but look at Ghostbusters, the remake. That was fucking horrible. Oh, give the women proton packs. Let them kill ghosts. That was fucking horrible.
That had nothing to do with what was between their legs. That was just a poor movie.
Listen,
Yeah.
God,
That wasn't
God,
that bad
I
a
thought
movie.
Bridesmaids was funny.
God help the women who are wrestling in this match if it's not a 5-star match. Because if it's
One
if it's-
fuck up, yeah.
If it stinks
One
up
fuck
the
up and you're in
show,
trouble, yeah.
that'll be the end of this woman's revolution. It has to be a 5-star match. They have invested so much into
Yeah.
this 5-star match. My pick is Ronda Rousey.
Pick is Ronda Rousey. Pombo, because I got my promo geared up, so go ahead.
I said Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
think you started it, right?
I started
Yeah.
it off. Sponsor starts.
Oh,
That would be me.
Yes, it was you. I
Wind
just got
beneath the
my
wings.
picks confused here for a second.
Well,
because James,
I haven't yet.
you have it right.
Sponsor gets double time. That's see,
Yeah,
he's
that's-
taking care of his sponsor.
No.
Wait,
See, I threw
before
it to
we
him
go,
and he threw it
folks,
back. So fuck him.
TBC.com,
No,
most people,
I threw to
and-
him and he threw it back. He didn't want it. He's like, he's down. And he gave it back to
Had
me.
a
So
chance to
now
put
we're at
himself
James.
over, didn't
I know.
I'm gonna take.
Not to piss off my sponsor, but go, James.
I am definitely gonna take Ronda as well.
Oh, you guys are
wow.
assholes.
Ronda.
I think that with all that Fox money and all that stuff, they're going to unify that title. And what they're going to do is either do something that I don't want them to do, which would be give them their own show, or
women's show.
Oh, God, please no.
then-
An all-women's wrestling show?
then you don't have to worry about it because now
What,
you
you
just
didn't
don't
like
watch
Glow
it.
or
anymore.
Watch it. Don't tune in.
God.
Then
Glow
you just
is
don't have to
amazing.
see it anymore. You just won't have
Don't
to see
tune
it.
in.
No, but I know it'll be there. It's going to
They're
annoy
gonna
me.
Listen, I know it'll exist.
Because
and that bothers me.
they'll advertise it on Raw and SmackDown and everything. Oh, watch the women wrestle.
No, they don't. They don't do that for 205. It's like a
That's what's
throwaway.
gonna. It's because they're gonna replace 205 with the women's.
See,
show.
but WWE.
don't.
yeah.
I'll be waiting IWC. I'm going to stop watching if they do that.
I will cancel my network.
I'll cancel my
tomorrow.
subscription.
Ron-
I don't pay for it. I steal from
Goodbye,
other people.
205. Hello, women.
Ronda wins because she can and she should.
Thank you.
She gets a lot of crap, but there is not a single person on that roster that is a bigger star than she is.
Exactly.
Period.
Well, I think her husband will be in some kind of factor into it.
I hope not.
Well, they
I hope
already
not.
did. He punched the security guard in the
That's
face, so
fine.
now they have to elaborate on that.
That's fine.
Nah,
No, but isn't he barred? Like he can't come in.
James
He'll be on the side.
James Brantz contributes here, and I think it's a good point. We should discuss this. Yo, people need to stop with the Charlotte only gets opportunities because of her name. Like, she doesn't straight up consistently deliver in all her big matches
Exactly. She's
because we all
amazing.
know how well things worked out for David. Listen, that's hilarious. That's hilarious because I have a sick sense of humor, but he's not wrong in that.
Yeah.
No.
And it goes even further because ESPN did it. Remember, she was the daughter of Flair. It's
Yep.
like winning the title 7 times didn't mean shit. And
In great matches.
Charlotte is being considered kind of a shoehorn into this match. I would like to counter argument with that, and I will after you make your. You said Ronda was your official pick. Okay, so I'm gonna
Wedgie Mania.
Okay, so I would like everyone to just rewind for just a second because I would like to go back at least 1 year. There is a specific reason Ronda was hired, and there was a specific reason Asuka's streak was broken. The WrestleMania 35 match before WrestleMania 34 was Charlotte and Ronda. That was the idea from the word go.
Yep.
If you go back to any wrestling group page or any wrestling page anywhere online, the fake phony graphic for WrestleMania 35 was Charlotte and Ronda Rousey.
In the main event.
That was the plan from moment one. The idea was to put it in the main event. Let's start building now. How can we groom these two to start looking like main event stars? So that's how Ronda wound up in the mixed tag with these big-time stars. And now Charlotte beats the greatest streak in women's wrestling history, right? So now we have these two combustible elements. And as the year progressed, that's how the plan looked. Charlotte was moved to SmackDown specifically to keep her away from Ronda. Ronda dominates on Raw. Charlotte does her thing over on SmackDown. SummerSlam fucked the whole game up. Becky Lynch getting over as big as she fucking did changed the whole fucking program. And even after the turn, when she started really getting over, if you remember correctly, they were still pushing her as the heel. She was still the heel. She didn't turn until the face breaker. She didn't turn until then because what happened was they didn't have Becky and Ronda. It was a throwaway match for the Survivor Series. They were only put together because it was champion versus champion. And the only reason Becky was champion was because of that turn. She got over it. It was an experiment. Right time, right place. But that backlash from when Becky could not face Ronda, that changed the whole game. That became, okay, if it's not happening at Survivor Series, it absolutely has to take place at WrestleMania. But, again, the plan was always to have Charlotte in this match. So for all of you out there with the shoehorn bullshit, stop. Becky is the shoehorn in this situation.
The organic shoehorn.
Yeah, organically, it happened naturally, which is fine. But the plan to get here was always Ronda and Charlotte.
She's the coffee.
She's the
coffee.
She's the coffee.
I thought you meant like the beverage. You mean
no,
like
but
the
she's
Jamaican
like coffee
game?
because coffee's organic. He wasn't supposed to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be.
But see, but in that exact scenario, the reason why people have a problem with this is the person that Kofi replaced was Ali. Ali's not in this match as a triple threat.
No, who
they
cares
brought
about
Charlotte.
Who really
into
cares
this
about Ali?
regardless. Right, they brought her into this Charlotte, and then adding the SmackDown title into the whole thing really changes the whole game of the whole match.
Here's the thing, to your point. Yeah, they had her at the beginning. I don't know why people are complaining that the fact that a 8-time potential women's champion is going to be in this match and it hurts it somehow. If you're trying to make this the main event, there's no other because the Flair name that she helped build for herself is bigger in wrestling than Lynch and Rousey.
Absolutely.
So having that name historically attached to the first main event for the women is a no fucking brainer.
Which goes to my pick, and the pick is Ronda. Ronda was supposed to win this. Ronda was built to make. She was hired to win the main event at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania 35, because with 2 belts at the end, holding those belts up. That's ESPN. That's TMZ Sports. That's BBC News. That's Australian News. That is, they take over the planet when Ronda Rousey walks around with those 2 belts, even if it's short term, because there's no plan as of right now to get rid of the brand split. But you can kind of see it deteriorating week by week here. So we don't know if they're going to unify fully. But to do the Jericho deal with the 2 belts and to have her do the red carpet with the fucking, are you fucking kidding? This is why they paid the money.
Your brand is on 2 shoulders.
Money
in advertising.
They spent millions of dollars and built up a year for this win. There's no other options.
I got the great analogy for fucking Charlotte Flair. Why people get upset? It's like a cheeseburger. You have a plain cheeseburger, and that's Flair. And I mean that's Charlotte. That's Becky and Ronda Rousey. It's a plain cheeseburger with cheese on it. I mean, it's good by itself, but you add a little ketchup. There's nothing wrong with that, but people were sold on just the regular cheeseburger.
You just couldn't help yourself
You just couldn't help it.
women to meat over here.
I'm just saying. They should be in the kitchen. I feel as though people would have been satisfied with the regular cheeseburger. There's nothing wrong with adding.
You mean the
ketchup.
1-on-1?
Yeah, the 1-on-1.
The 1-on-1 would have been great, but but again, the problem
it's unnecessary.
The 1-on-1 they wanted is not the 1-on-1 that the people wanted.
But it's unnecessary.
So they feel this is the way where everyone gets what they want.
Everyone wins.
No, but it's unnecessary. It's like
it is unnecessary, but it's where we are.
They're putting all the eggs in one basket and hoping they all hatch. Now, if this is not a 5-star match,
that's the other caveat to this. I'm sorry, ladies, but it's an unfair world. One fuck up, and this is the worst WrestleMania main event of all time.
Botchamania.
Yeah, one fuck up,
like a bod.
And I'll give credit where credit is due. I was in the building for Evolution when Charlotte and Becky had that amazing. Was it the last woman standing? And they had a few fuck ups in that. The moonsault that didn't break the table or whatever, but they always managed to capitalize. They always managed to regroup. It's happened a few times. Ronda Rousey has had a few of those situations where the armbar just isn't cinched the way that she wants it or whatever, and they've been professional enough to keep it through. Can they do that? I'll take this to you as a legit question. I'm not asking facetiously. Can they do that in front of 80,000 people this Sunday?
I think.
Can they keep their cool?
Absolutely. I think that these three specific people
are
the right.
yeah, absolutely.
Charlotte Flair is genetically built for this moment. Ronda has done this before, and if she's winning, she'll be super happy. And Becky Lynch, no one is more of a spark plug than she is. Remember, when she started with NXT, she was Irish jigging.
Yeah.
She went from literally a stereotype throwaway to the first ever main event. These women are going to kill it. It's not going to be because of their ability.
I actually think the triple threat helps
I have a
Ronda.
serious question.
For sure.
I have a serious question now. Since they're all in a triple threat match, does their PMS cycles all link up because of this match?
No, but that's serious. All that close contact?
Yes.
All that close contact. Their hormones will kick in.
It's like when women hang out.
Something totally different. Listen, for everybody listening to this going, for anybody who just heard that and said, man, that's really fucked up, buckle up. Because after this main event, every wrestling group, that's going to be this for the next week. It's going to be, what's going to happen? That's the same bullshit they give female presidents. Well, we can't have a female president.
She's going to nuke.
She's going to not be a president 5 days out of every month or yada. Listen, I know for a fact, because I've worked in many locker rooms, I've seen many a female wrestler on the administration pull off 5-star matches.
Yes.
And that's what makes them super soldiers, folks. I don't know how these women tend to do it. So that's our triple threat main event here. We've got our picks just real quick again around the room here. It's going to be, I won't need that audio anymore. Pombo is going Charlotte. Literally everyone else is going Ronda, because it just seems like this is the situation that it was built
the right
for.
move.
This is the situation that it was built for.
I just like shock and awe.
So there it is, folks. That is your WrestleMania Roundtable. Those are all the 14 matches. Again, we are, as we speak, we're in the 8 o'clock hour, so that means SmackDown is on. So if we miss anything from this SmackDown, I don't really give a shit. What we talked about was more important.
Randy Orton just gave AJ the RKO.
Oh, congrats. Spoiler alert, because he's going to give it to him again on fucking Sunday.
Well, there was breaking news. Mysterio had an ankle injury, so he's not competing tonight.
Oh, jeez. Ankle after the Corbin deal, huh? Yeah. Corbin is ending careers. All week this week. He's ending Angle's career on Sunday, and now he's got Ray. He's taking out the new legend killer, Baron Corbin, with his slacks and vest. He's going to be destroying careers.
There's nothing wrong with it.
This was a lot of fun. I know this was a very stressful beginning. I'm going to start by thanking you, Steven. Thank you so much for saving my ass yet again here. Back-to-back nights of putting me over like a star, brother. Thank you so much.
You deserve it.
For the record, folks, over at Bridgeside Network, I'd love to come back and talk some more sports with you guys. I don't mean to plug myself here, but I'll go ahead and toot my own horn. I had a lot of fun, so I'd like to do it again.
Absolutely.
But thank you, Steven. You've got WrestleMania is not the only big show taking place on Sunday. You've got Capitol Wrestling this Sunday. What time again is that?
Ready or not, at 12 p.m. is the bell time in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey.
Yeah, not
Come
far.
Say hey. Not far.
Not far. It's actually a pretty simple drive
and
away.
It'll end in plenty of time for y'all to do both, because guess what? I'm going too, and if they don't end that show, they're going to be without a play-by-play guy.
Oh my God! Our play-by-play guy. I'll take the ring.
You coming for my job? I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Out of nowhere.
Harry would just sit there and call it himself. Oh my God!
I can see that.
Because I don't think Harry gives a shit about the big show. So we got Capitol Wrestling, guys, and check that out. I've had a few of their guys on my show, so all the stuff is really.
Eddie Kingston will be in the main event taking on
Matt McIntosh and Sonny Kiss. That's right, for the Capitol Championship there.
Which will be unveiled.
Yeah, new AEW superstar, one half of the Evolve Tag Team Champions.
Oh yeah,
and the champ himself, Matt McIntosh, all in a great triple threat main event. Another triple threat main event. that you can get your hands on. This one's got guys though, so if you want your guy, if you want your male triple threat,
I know where Maddie's going.
You can head over to Richfield
Maddie's
Park.
headed right over to Capitol
to go see some men's over there. Maddie Ming, thank you for being on the show again. You traveled with me today, so it wasn't like I got to drive you back too. By the way,
yes, you did. Can't leave me here.
I cannot leave you here.
Although
as much
all the
as
women
I would love
kinda
to.
want-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the women are like, give
Or
me
I
that.
could just drop you off at the stadium now. We got to pass it on the way back. I'll just. You
Make
can
sure you
the
take it
traffic.
back. Make sure you take it back so I don't throw up in the bag.
I want to go to MetLife right now. Leave my car at the far end of the lot. Not even close. Like the closest spot to the exit possible.
My friend works there. They've been setting up for like 2.5
Yeah, I've been
weeks.
looking at it.
I can't wait for the. That's one thing we haven't spoken about. I can't wait for the set release video. Sometime this weekend, hopefully, to see how
I
want to
go to MetLife Stadium and take a piss on their stadium.
Well,
right
I tell
now.
you what,
I hate it.
I'm going to be taking quite a few pees because I pee when I drink. I am a pisser.
Yeah.
The sponsor, the great Joe Pombo, To Be Seen. The website is tobeseen.com, right? They can get all their information on there for all their video needs.
Thank you for having me. This has been a blast.
Thank you for video. As you're still videoing me right there.
Yeah, the batteries are still going.
Steven's head is back to it to most of this show.
That's
so we're
all
going
right.
to see the back of Steven's head.
I can
for most
reverse
of
him or something.
You can flip it down, put it down, flip it and reverse it.
I can make a hat.
So we're going to end this on a quick, I just want to make a quick note before we go off the air here. Thank you guys in the chat for joining in and making this conversation great. We've had almost 100 comments alone just in the chat. The phone calls were great. Thanks to Zoltan for calling in and showing some love for your boy. I asked Cage for the promo, and I think I'm about to deliver one myself. So real quick before we end the show, I want to thank everybody once again. I can't thank enough. I know I'm getting repetitive here, but I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show. This is going to be episode 83. I believe, which means I am inching ever so closer to my 100th episode, which I plan to do back here. So we'll set that up. That's like 17 weeks from now, so we've got time. So we'll be setting that up again. I could not be more happy with the way all this came out. This was a rough start. I was stuck in traffic. We had connection issues, but thank you to social media and the wisdom of Stephen James. We got it up, and you guys came out and supported me yet again for a live show, so I could not be happier. I'm going to be driving on Cloud 9 with a quick promo, just real quick, for the guys and gals performing this weekend here. This is Tuesday. Our WrestleMania weekend begins tomorrow night, Wednesday, a slew of shows here in the New Jersey, New York area. Check out my last week's episode 82. I dedicated literally an hour and 20 minutes to running down every major independent wrestling company who was running this weekend. I gave you names, places, ticket prices, links. If you don't want to download the episode, that's fine. If you don't feel like listening to me for an hour, check out the description anyway. In the description of last week's episode are links to tickets and event pages to where you can go and buy a ticket to support indie wrestling. Please do so. There's a lot of shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and of course my buddy here is going to be performing early Sunday morning. Tons of wrestling to get to.
I'll be going to a lot of shows.
Yeah, you're going to a lot of shows. You're tailing around with a couple of guys, right?
Yeah, I'm going to a lot of shows. Probably the most exciting show is probably Joey Janela Spring Break.
All the GCW shows are sold out. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be a great show.
The Hog Show.
Hog's going to be great. Check out that episode, guys. You'll have a listing of all those shows. I just have a quick message to all the guys and gals that are going to be performing this week. This is the one time of the year that I want wrestlers, referees, managers, announcers, interviewers, everyone to keep a particular focus and idea in mind. For 364 days of the year, wrestling fans are split. They're usually for a product, against a product, for a talent, against a talent. There's always a mixed mash of opinions and thoughts. Everyone has their own likes. Everyone has their dislikes. Everyone has their styles. Everyone has what they think is wrestling. For the one day, we are all united as wrestling fans for WrestleMania. It's the biggest time of the year, whether we're AEW fans or Lucha Underground or Impact or ROH or CZW or whatever. At the end of the day, this is the biggest show of the year. This is the one show wrestling fans this is the one year that people who aren't wrestling fans pay attention to wrestling. We just had a thing with John Oliver on last week tonight. It wasn't the most positive piece for Vince McMahon, but he still did illuminate a pretty positive light on wrestling. He's a wrestling fan. You never know who the real wrestling fans, the casuals, really are until this time of year. So for everybody who's performing this weekend, I want to leave you with one lasting note. And that one lasting note is, just for once, just for the weekend, forget about the fans, forget about the WWE, Forget about the main stage. Forget about social media. Forget about the internet. Forget about the comment sections. For just one weekend, wrestle for the 5-year-old you. You remember the 5-year-old you that saw wrestling for the first time and fell in love, and that's all you ever wanted to do. And as you started training to live your dream, all those bumps and those bruises started hitting on your hip and those rope bites, because I've been there, those rope bites, your hands are blistering, you're sweating, you're tired, you're vomiting, and all you're doing all that for $20 a night. You're traveling in your car 400, 300 miles just trying to get to the next show. There is enough stress and bullshit going around in this business as it is. You're doing all those things, and while you're in the car traveling to the next show, you're looking at your YouTube channel and your Facebook comments, and all you see are armchair bookers telling you how shitty you are. You're dealing with a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, you have to remember why you did this in the first place, what the passion really is, and I'm hoping WrestleMania this weekend will remind you of that. So when you get to these shows and you're lacing up and you're getting ready to go out there and put on what I'm sure is the biggest match of your life, regardless of what match it is, because it's on WrestleMania weekend. This is where the WWE superstars are buying tickets to come see you perform. This is where Regal's coming around to see next year's crop of NXT signees. This is where Dave is going around. This is where all the coaches and all the trainers and everyone's taking an eye out on you. So if you're going to be looked at by the best, put forth your best effort. Wrestle for 5-year-old you. Get crazy. Be creative. Go out there and do the best fucking job that you feel that you're capable of fucking doing. And by the end of it, I'm sure you're going to be just as excited as I am for doing this fucking show. So thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. And of course, thank you for commenting and enjoying. This is episode 83 of the WrestleMania Round Table.
Unbelievable dreams, had to do more than it seems. I speak of these things, now I got trophies and rings. This is the victory theme. I got this. I'm ready for the bright lights. I'm ready for the highlights. I'm ready when the date is ready for the naysayers. Ready, baby, this is my life. Work. Hey, you want this? Work. Hey, you want this?
Welcome to our dirty show. This is Ocean Senses Mine. If you listen to my daddy show, you should buy me toys. He's a good daddy.